The Shining Wizards podcast is intended for entertainment purposes only. Opinions expressed by the host and guest are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the podcast or its affiliates. Content may include adult language or themes and is not suitable for all audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
The following is a presentation of the Shining Wizards Network, broadcasting live in high-definition video and available on all podcasting and streaming platforms. Follow us on social media at Wizards Podcast. Check out our merchandise at merch.shiningwizards.com. Do your Amazon shopping at amazon.shiningwizards.com. And become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/wizardspodcast. And now, it's time for the Shining Wizards.
You are watching Shining Wizards.
You are watching Shining Wizards.
Wrestling podcast.
Wrestling podcast.
Yeah. You are watching Shining Wizards.
You are watching Shining Wizards.
Wrestling podcast.
Wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Monday, it's Memorial Day, but this year we said, fuck it, we're doing it live. Thank you everybody for joining in for a jam-packed show. We got Tommy Trainwreck at 7:30, the proud owner of We Love Wrestling. Saturday night's main event happened, Battleground, double or nothing. So let's just get right into it and into some wrestling talk.
Talk about wrestling.
Around the horn, Brundo.
Double T.
Dr. fucking Dunk?
Handsome Kevin.
Just like
Where the fuck was I?
Finish.
Brundo, you were going strong, and then did you notice that Tony wasn't on the screen?
That threw me the fuck off.
I thought it was no thing that got you.
Was that a new intro from the Bangladesh kids?
No. Same one. It's just we haven't had it on in a while. I don't know how it fell out of rotation, but we're back.
They were so happy.
Dude, that probably could have been like the best video we got. They were just so energetic, smiling, dancing, waving their balloons.
Yeah, it kind of makes you want to go there on like a vacation, yeah?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It
say
might get you
no.
moving, Tony.
Dude, I am so backed up. I'm like the LIE on Memorial Day weekend, trying to get out to friggin' to the Hamptons.
You try like
I'm like the 5 in San Francisco. Lots of fudge, ain't going nowhere.
you're like you should have like a Fig Newton.
No, that'd probably make it worse, right?
I think it would get the juices flowing.
I don't know. I'm
Maybe
scared.
some Metamucil, X-Lax, good shit. Hopefully.
Well, we're trying some new production. I could see already we're gonna have to move a few things around.
Why? You don't like the big SW over Brundo's name?
Well, you don't know who Endo is?
Endo.
I mean, to be fair, we don't even call him by his real fucking name.
Nobody fucking knows these days, so that's fine with me.
Let me see if this helps. Let me see. I guess it doesn't. It didn't work. Let me
While you're fucking around trying to do that, whatever, I do want to say a special thanks to anybody, men, women, whatever you identify as. If you ever served this country, we appreciate the fact that we have the freedom to spend 2 hours to make dick jokes all night and laugh with our friends. So thank you for your service. Hopefully people realize Memorial Day is not just a day to get fucking snotted and act like half a fucking special ed person at 3 in the afternoon.
And for the ladies, thank you for your cervix.
What would you do?
Writing that down.
I wish you wouldn't, but go ahead.
How does your wife feel about that?
You'd have to ask her.
Is she like look like? I feel like sometimes my wife wishes I would like fuck up and like go after another woman, because then A, she gets rid of me, and B, now I'm somebody else's problem.
Right. Yeah. I don't think my wife thinks that at all. She likes me.
I think my wife likes. I think she likes. I'll ask her when she comes home. She's home early tonight. She might come home. She might be home when the show is on.
Pardon me for not being super excited about that.
She might not.
Yeah, who knows? How you guys doing this fine Monday?
I'm great, Double T. I'm great. Great weekend.
Tony's trying to fix shit, so he's
he's out. He's out. He's here.
No, I'm here. It's all right.
It's all right. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Good weekend. Great weekend. Phenomenal weekend, Double T.
I love it. Brundo, how about you? I know you had to go to that shithole Philadelphia yesterday.
You know what? Metallica, Pantera, Suicidal Tendencies totally made up for it. It was a fucking awesome night. Those guys killed it. It made up for all the traffic and the Eagles chants and the Phillies jerseys, you know.
Right? It would have been great if someone started a riot after the show and burned the whole city to the fucking ground.
There were a couple of they were real close to fights in my section, because one guy wouldn't sit down and some guy had a problem with it.
Of course.
Like, man, somebody stood at a concert. Cry me a fucking river.
Well, Metallica's been around for like 48 years.
Yeah. And there's big screens you could see. And,
yeah, so just
oh my God, I can't see that. We're in section 200 all the way at the top. You can't see shit anyway.
Yeah, just sit down and watch the show.
Yeah. No, I'm on the other way. If you want to stand. You paid for your ticket. And it's not like it's, you know, all in a row seating. It's tiered. Yeah. There's plenty of better ways to see.
Sit down and watch the fucking show.
Oh, stop. You're at a fucking rock concert. Stand up. It's Metallica. It's not like you're going to see fucking Quiet Riot and fuck.
Yeah. My son didn't sit. I mean, granted, he's short, but he didn't sit almost all of Metallica. He was up fucking headbanging, being a beast. It was awesome.
When I saw Metallica last year, I went Friday and Sunday, and I stood for both Metallica sets.
There you go.
They are fucking awesome live, and I rocked my balls off.
It was amazing.
What are you making faces for?
Just sit down. Just fucking sit down and watch the show.
Yeah, exactly. I got you, HK.
You're not Lionel Richie.
Right, you're not a Broadway show. You're not seeing fucking Elton John. This is fucking Metallica.
And you're in the fucking cheap seats. Sit the fuck down and watch the show. You're not on the floor.
Sit up, rock out with your cock out.
No, you're not rocking out with your cock out. Fucking section 241.
Why not?
Why would you?
That's literally the section I sat in, was 241. How the fuck did you do that?
That's where you sit, Brendan. That's where you sit.
Yeah, in a seat.
I sat, but I didn't give a shit. Somebody stood in front of me. I scooted over. I could still see.
This fucking miserable shit in a seat. What? Don't make faces. What? It's a rock concert.
Oh, it's a rock concert. We're gonna fucking rock out with our concert. Sit the fuck down. Fuck up. If I want to fucking pay to watch them on TV, I'd fucking stream it somewhere. And fucking, you see it on the screen. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
It's like going to WrestleMania and just watching
see what
the
Philadelphia
fucking
does to people. Jesus.
Philadelphia.
Arguing.
Fucking animals.
A shitty argument.
Handsome Kevin, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for asking. I had a
Good
great
for you.
Yeah. How are you, man?
Fantasticals, brother.
I figured you would be. I figured you would.
Yeah.
Good, solid weekend.
Well, solid fucking stool for now. I mean, I'm working my way through some problems, but we'll get there.
You know, I read will clear that up.
What?
One in the stink. Just hammer it home.
I got to get gloves though.
Okay.
Last time I had one in the stink, my finger stunk for 4 days.
Checks out.
You could use an aid. Grab a Meridol aid.
They sell those at CVS these days.
Yeah.
You could also test the boundaries of your marriage.
I wouldn't put my wife through that. What is wrong with you? If you went to your wife and said, "Sweetie, can you fucking do a little ass spelunking for me?" She'd fucking throw you and your mother-in-law
I'm
down
in
the stairs.
the same boat as you, Tony. I would never ask my wife to go anywhere near my butthole. But I'm just saying, like, you're talking about going to CVS, getting gloves. Like, if this is really an issue, she's a foot doctor, so like she's not far from the asshole.
There are probably some feet out there worse than your asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
It's probably nothing she hasn't seen before. She's seen your little butthole before.
Your little butthole.
My little butthole.
Yeah, your little butthole.
Oh, well, there you go.
Why you crying, honey?
Really? Yeah, you could drag my mother into this nonsense?
I love Diana. She saved the show last week.
She sure did.
Amazing.
I hope she has a great Memorial Day.
I hope so too.
All the creeps in her apartment complex.
Yeah, she's got to watch out there. She's got to watch out. You get maybe get her some mace or something like that, Tony.
Nah, she'll be fine.
She's also Italian, so like she's got oil in her skin, so she just like Spider-Man.
She shoots oil out of her hand.
Yeah, all the Italians do it.
I don't think all of them do.
No, they don't.
They don't tell you. They don't want you to know.
I really don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He's talking about oil, like a Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Olive oil.
Yeah, great. Yeah, well, blow me down.
Excuse me? Come
Well,
again?
blow me down. Olive oil, Popeye.
Good choice.
Don't mind if I do. How many times are you going to put the wrong names on the screen, dude?
No, it's fine. I got it all worked out. Everything's good. No, I want to make sure, it's fine. It's a work in progress, and we progress nicely.
Did we? Now, what you are going to be leaving us shortly?
Yes, thank God.
Oh,
I'm going to fucking spend the next 45 minutes on the fucking porcelain throne praying to the gods of fucking anal openness.
Do you think the Tommy Trainwreck interview will help you shit your pants or unclog your shithole?
Why? Is it going to be uncomfortable? Like, is that what we're going
No, I don't know. Maybe you just need like the soothing sounds of Tommy Trainwreck to get the.
Nah, I got a fucking a fleet in the other room.
Oh boy.
It might be fucking hammering them just one at a time. Fucking squeeze and go, squeeze and go, squeeze and go. Over the shoulder, around the bend,
I don't
Holy
know what
shit.
you're doing.
I don't either. That's why I'm all fudgy.
I tell you what, this green apple Jolly Rancher C4, it tastes like green apple Jolly Rancher.
Then they
Does it
labeled it.
taste like-
They labeled it properly. Then
I mean,
Does it taste like C4 though?
sometimes you buy something and it is labeled like a flavor and it doesn't taste like said flavor.
go on.
But this is living up to the hype.
Okay. What have you
There's a
had
ru-
that's not the flavor?
Oh, that's a great question, buddy.
There's a rumor that all the Skittles are technically the same flavor. They just label them differently. It makes your, mind think it's a different flavor, but they're all the same shit.
You know, it didn't taste like what I thought it would taste like. I bought Cookie Puss beer once. It was like some microbrewery produced it around here. I thought it was going to taste like ice cream, like Cargill ice cream cake, right? Not even close.
That's not where I thought you were going at all.
2 Carvel references so far.
This didn't taste like cookies or pussy. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And he left that shit at my house forever, and finally somebody drank it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
boy.
Story checks out.
Well, Tony, since you're here, I mean, we had 2 shows that we picked this weekend.
I
pay-per-view.
can't believe we're still fucking doing pay-per-view picks.
Fuck
I mean,
yeah.
we're in May now, buddy. This isn't like February, March. Like we are.
Yeah, and I've been bitching about it since before February, March.
I know, but you agreed to us doing this. We shortened the parameters. Don't give me the jerk off thing. And we're just doing WWE, AEW, NXT, and TNA. So we're only picking 4 promotions, technically 3 if you count NXT. I mean, technically 2 because TNA is essentially NXT, right? But you lost the lead this weekend, Tony.
Oh, I'm shaking in my boots. 69. Meh, you don't think that was on purpose? Eat a shit. Look at that handsome fella, 69 and 20. Whose hand is that trying to grab my titty?
I got to update these pictures. I didn't have time today. Well, Brundo took over first place. He's at 70 and 19. Tony clearly second place, 69-20. I'm 68 and 21. And Handsome Kevin, 65 and 24. Battleground was, I'm sorry. We're still figuring out this new gimmick here. I do like it, though. Great work, Tony.
Thank you.
Tommy Trainwreck's going to join us soon. Tony, did you watch any Battleground or know the haps? No.
Didn't watch Battleground AEW. I started watching Saturday Night's Main Event a little while ago.
All right. How did you feel?
I still like the feel of it. You know, like they're putting in a little effort to make it feel like it's a different show, which I like. I don't remember Obsession having the lyrics when we used to watch it in the 80s and 90s, but you know, I'll take what I can get. It's cool that they still do the Saturday Night Live is preempted this week, so we may bring you the following presentation. Love that. With the TV, pressing Channel 4, because growing up in New York, Channel 4 was NBC for us. So
yep,
that checks out. So it was cool.
And,
that's as far as I got, the intro.
That's as far as you need to go.
Intro.
Yeah.
I think this is as far as we should go with Jesse Ventura.
What? When he said he was expecting Mike Tyson to do the job again at the beginning? That was fucking amazing.
Oh, dude, the match he called, he talked all over the fucking ring and now. Like, he's just off his rails, bro.
They edited it too. I watched the replay today. They moved some shit around because he was talking all over Lillian Garcia during the intro. Yeah, they clipped it.
I'll give you this though. They never sat for the intros for the most part during the original run of Saturday Night's Main Event as well. When guys were coming to the ring, Vince and Jesse always talked over the ring announcer.
Well, it was different. It wasn't like just announcing the wrestlers. It was announcing the rules of the main event.
Right.
What was the main event? Oh, the cage match?
Or not the main event, sorry. The cage match.
Yeah. Also, Jesse, like, you called one of the most famous steel cage matches on Saturday Night's Main Event, and you're sitting there going, it's about time NBC let the WWE have a steel cage match. Do we not remember Hogan and Orndorff, you fucknut?
Or Hogan Bossman, for that matter.
Yeah.
Two fantastic cage matches on Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yep.
Yeah, he might be losing a little bit up here.
I mean, he's what, like 95? I mean, he's an old fucking man at this point.
Right. But the problem is that he was so good at the last one, and this one he was equally as bad as he was good on the first appearance. Like it was just frustrating to listen to him. Just frustrating.
Jesse's only 73. Oof.
Yeah, I just looked that up. He added 22 years to his life.
Well, I mean, look at him.
I hope he wishes he can.
It's all that thermite, bro.
I mean, he's not ingesting it.
Not that he might be now after all these years.
You know, I had this green apple Jolly Rancher thermite. All I tasted was the thermite.
But I read that all Skittles taste the same. That's just big candy.
Brundo, you had said in our group text message, 5 matches too much.
Yeah, it felt really rushed. The women's match only got like 5 minutes.
Well, that's all it should have got. Let's be honest.
Oh,
Jeez, dude.
but yeah, they were rushing that main event like crazy at the end of it too. It was somebody said it was like the end of the ECW's first pay-per-view, where it's like, hurry up, we're gonna be off the air in like 3 seconds. But the main event felt it could have breathed a little more. But 5 matches, it just felt like too much.
Huh. 5 matches for 2 hours, you say? Anybody watch AEW on fucking Sunday?
Oh, we'll get into that, buddy.
Well, you guys will get into that because I
Yes,
will not
that's
be
true.
getting into that. Well, do you need me for any more production notes? Anything that you guys need to set up? I mean, everything's looking good. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Well, with that, I will enjoy the next hour and 40 minutes sitting on my throne, besmirching the day that the fudge monsters invaded me butthole.
Fudge.
Why'd you go Irish on it?
Jeez.
And like you didn't even commit to the accent.
This is how confused I am. All right, well, I will see you guys. Enjoy the show. Tell Tommy Trainwreck that I said hello.
Yep.
And next week we'll be back to homework as well, which I will have watched for next week. So.
And you're on the hook, right?
I am on the hook. So
No,
I will
just
have
did the pudding match.
the fudge match.
It's back to Brendo.
Oh, you don't want me to do another match? I mean, I can take your place, Brendo, if you want.
We need to come on. We need to just like the main event of Saturday night's main event. We need to breathe in between.
Yeah, it'll be your time in no time.
You know what? God bless Scott George for being here. I will not forget my turd tongs, Mr. George. They finally arrived. They're in the main restroom in the upper floors of the house, so I will be enjoying myself. I'll let my wife wash them when I'm done too.
Oh, come on, dude.
Oh, we got the porta potty in the back. She's doing the laundry. And with that, ABC is like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Oh, now the Wizards are kicking you in the head, HK. So, HK, you said last week you were all jazzed up last week for Saturday night's main event.
Mm-hmm.
Same feeling this Saturday night?
No.
No.
I was pretty let down. I think that the card in general was not a bad card. I think the opening match was fun. The tag match, Bronson Reed, obviously awesome. The going into the ladies match was a little rough. Like the ladies match just it didn't click, didn't hit for me. Cena in Truth was kind of what I wanted it to be. Could have used just a little bit more, I guess. Cage match, kind of a letdown. I was expecting a lot more from both.
The ending.
Yeah, and the commentary kind of wrecked. I don't want to say it wrecked the match, but I think my expectations were much higher for that match in general, knowing what we've seen Drew, like what he's been doing in the ring here for like the last 2 years. These guys have just been on a fucking tear.
Right.
Even just the at WrestleMania, the two of them had a fucking great match. Almost stole the show, I would say.
Right. And then going into the goddamn main event, I was so pissed off at the main event. So pissed off.
What fucking irked you, bud?
Fucking knock it off already with these fucking Vince Russo fucking style finishes of every goddamn main event I'm watching. It's so irritating to me. Stop it. Just fucking stop it. Could I get a clean win? I don't care who won. I'll tell you this. I hate Logan Paul. Fucking hate him. He wins clean. Would have been much happier than how they did it. It's fucking the finish of every pay-per-view. They're doing this bullshit. It drives me nuts. It just drives me fucking mad.
I'll go the opposite. It should have been a clean win. It's fucking Logan Paul. He's a part-time wrestler. He's not full-time. This is your champion, Jey Uso.
Yep.
This is his first big, not Raw match or something like that. So, give him the clean win.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking Logan Paul. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, and I don't think, and if Jey Uso wins clean and then Logan Paul and John Cena beat him down afterwards and Cody makes the save, you still get the setup for Money in the Bank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's like that to me would have been a much better way to handle this. It's just, and the little promo backstage between Cena and Jay, Yeah, I'm just going, what? You're right there. You're telling me bullshit's going to happen. So from that moment on, I'm already disappointed going into the main event. This could have been fucking Michaels and Angle, but going into it, I already would have been disappointed because I know bullshit's coming. You know what I mean? Like it just fucking irritates me. Just irritates me.
Yeah, it's an interesting road that they're going on with this John Cena tour. Like Money in the Bank is I mean, I guess Money in the Bank is the main event, but your real main event will involve both champions from both brands teaming together. Or I'm sorry, not teaming together, going against each other.
Right. Is this how, like, to me, right? He has whatever it's left now. Was it 24 dates left?
Oh,
Is that what it's at? Yeah. I wouldn't have used this. I wouldn't have done this. This is not something I would have done for one of the dates. You know what I mean?
Like, would have done the Saturday night's main event or the Money in the Bank?
Either one. I wouldn't have done the Saturday night's main event if that's what you're doing with R-Truth. You know what I mean? Like that it just seemed it seemed like a fucking wash. It seemed like a nothing burger. And then you're doing that to set up a tag team match, which to me again seems like a nothing burger. He's the fucking world champion, 17-time, best there is. Like, have him do his fucking tour. And I know he's a heel, and I know that there's going to be some amount of bullshit going into it. But like these two, it just seems like a fucking wash. It seems like a waste of 2 days.
Now, do you put this as the main event and put Money in the Bank on earlier, so you have like the intrigue of whoever wins Money in the Bank could come out and screw over one or the other champions?
Yeah, I absolutely do.
Especially you got both of them in the same match. I mean, they do a double down and somebody comes out with the Money in the Bank. It's like, okay, who's he gonna?
Yeah, fucking Piper Niven comes running down and pins Jay. It's gonna be wild.
Fuck yeah, all in.
Let me ask you this, because and I don't want to get too deep in the weeds because Tommy Trainwreck's joining us soon, but Seth Rollins, Braun Baker, now we have Bronson Reed in the mix with Paul Heyman. They want him to be a heel, right? I think you got to fucking shit can his music.
Yep.
Seth Rollins' music, because people are still going fucking nuts for it.
Yep. Same thing that they did with Shinsuke. Same thing they did with Finn. Like you have to do that. You have to change it because it doesn't matter. Like if you're a heel, your music has to be, something that they can't do that to, or they don't want to hear, or any of those things. So yeah, I think that you absolutely have to. And I'm surprised that they haven't yet, to be honest with you, because they changed Nakamura's music relatively quickly. Did they not?
I don't know about relatively quickly, but they did change. I just don't know. Yeah. Look, I'd be lying if I could tell you the time frame as to when his heel turn happened and when they changed his music. I just think like for them trying to put over on commentary Saturday night, like the level of betrayal between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, the CM Punk. But then like when Seth Rollins comes out, like the whole place is singing his fucking song. It's kind of like, I get it, but like, people don't. It comes off like people don't care. I know people want to sing his fucking song, but like, just scrap it, bro. Have that fucking intro, and then have it just bottom out and go to a completely different fucking song, and just hear people fucking boo and be miserable. It's like when Jericho was a fucking heel and he did Judas, so people can still sing the fucking song.
Right.
Literally, the thought in my head right there. It's like, for a guy who committed so many years ago when Jericho turned heel in WWE, the late 2000s, where he didn't want shirts, he went to like tights or whatever, he just went all in. And it's like you're having fucking people sing your music while you sit there and smirk, yet you're supposed to be the most hated guy in the business. Like, come on. And then people booed like right after for the Seth Rollins, like they cheered, did his stupid song, and then instantly it goes to like a bunch of boos. It's like, shit or get off the pot, like Tony.
Is there going to be another member? Are they adding to this?
They haven't named it yet, have they?
No, still no name.
No. I think it's good the way it is. The three of them and Paul Heyman.
Okay.
I'd like to see.
I mean, I could be wrong unless maybe they add like Becky or something like that.
Yeah,
but...
I was gonna say, is Becky in yet, or because she had that fucking heel turn just as all that stuff was happening, right?
Right.
They haven't come out together yet or anything, right? I didn't see her segment on Raw, so I don't think they've interacted yet. If at all, they will.
I'm interested to see how they explain because didn't Seth and Bronson Reed have an issue before?
Yeah, Bronson Reed tsunamied him like 5 times in a row on Raw.
Right.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He looks great, by the way, too. He looks like he trimmed out since he got hurt at the War Games.
Yeah, he does.
That was War Games where he broke both his fucking ankles, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I love Ron Cena. Big fan. That fucking tickled me so much.
That was amazing.
I wish he would have come down to was it Thugonomics is the word life? The old tune. I wish
Bad man.
Yeah, I wish I would have stopped.
Man.
Speaking of bad men, I think our guest is here. Would we say, is he a bad man?
He might be a bad man.
He might be. Let's find out.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Hey,
up,
welcome to the show, Tommy.
He's a
Thank
bad
you
man.
very much for having me. To answer your question in like a Dusty Rhodes type of sense, I am bad, but not like a bad guy. I don't think I'm a piece of shit. I hope not, anyways.
Well, that's good. Yeah. That's good, Tommy. Happy Memorial Day.
Likewise.
And I thank you, sir. I know the people want to know, like when Tommy Trainwreck goes to a barbecue, what are must-haves? Like if you were at a Memorial Day barbecue today.
Yeah, you need a burger. You need a flame grilled burger. All right. Personally, I'm a potato salad type of guy. Macaroni salad will do, but if I'm making a plate, we need a burger. We need some potato salad. I'm a fan of those barbecue meatballs. You know what I mean? The grape jelly, the chili sauce meatballs. If you got some of those,
okay,
throw that on there, and I'll end it with a hot dog. But it's got to be a quality dog, like a Nathan's or something with some snap to it.
All right, what's going on the dog?
Mustard.
Mustard?
Just mustard, yeah. I'm a plain type of guy, I guess.
No,
I was hoping that that was a more exciting answer for you, but no, yeah, just mustard, man.
Well, if you say ketchup, I would ask if you were 4 years old, so.
No, I know, I'm not a toddler.
I feel attacked. I put ketchup and mustard on mine.
But you see the key word there, Brundo, and mustard.
Yeah, it's both. That's acceptable. Right. If it's a shitty dog, like we're talking like some bar S. It didn't even cook. It just like sizzled and melted. Yeah, I mean, I might throw some ketchup on it if it's terrible. But like to enjoy, if it's a good dog and I'm enjoying a dog, no ketchup, no fucking way.
Tommy, does a veggie platter?
I fucking knew it.
Barbecue plans. I'm just curious.
Nah, man. I mean, unless somebody's like a vegan and like you have like a friend who doesn't do the meats, then I'd say it's acceptable. Like my barbecue, personally, no. You gotta remember that.
You would like walk by and fucking grab a carrot or something in your travels?
No. Am I a rabbit, sir? Or like a tiny foraging animal? Like, no.
Sir.
Hell no.
Motherfucker, you are a bad man, Tommy. You are a bad man.
Go eat some Sun Chips.
Oh, what's wrong with Sun Chips, Brundo?
No, that was the barbecue must-have last year.
I don't know about must-have, but I enjoy it.
No, not you.
What flavor? Garden salsa?
Yep.
You a cheddar type of guy? What are we talking about?
I like original and the garden salsa.
Original, dude? You might as well eat a fucking wicker basket. You're a psychopath.
I mean, I know we just met, Tommy, but you're on the right track. Speaking of psychopaths, I mean, you do the deathmatch wrestling there.
I dabble in the arts of the deathmatch. I do.
That is not for the faint at heart. How did you get into the deathmatch wrestling?
So for me, my path into professional wrestling isn't like most people. I wasn't like a lifelong fan or anything like that. So like when I got into wrestling, I got into it and I just got hit with the whole bubble. I got introduced to WWE and the indies all at once. But for me, I was drawn to the indies because that was like attainable to me. And I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I could do that. So I was really like attracted to the indies, and I started. I'm a 2000s, like I'm a 90s baby. So like music videos on YouTube, dude. I see guys like Necro and Sick Nick Mondo doing the shit in CZW, and that's what wrapped me into being a fan of deathmatch.
And then, so you do the wrestling training, and then like, is it like I want to train to be a deathmatch wrestler, or you just want to train to be a wrestler?
I just want to train to be a wrestler. But like even when I was a backyarder, we always had those hardcore elements because we're fans of that stuff. So it's always been sprinkled in my style. Like in my some early stuff in my career, like I'm working for NWA on Fire, and I'm convincing the Savoldis to let me use the Thumbtack Fat Bat on their TV show because I just want to do deathmatch stuff. But where I'm from Massachusetts originally, so we're talking like 2008 to like 2013 Massachusetts scene. There wasn't really a big deathmatch boom at that time. Like if you weren't in CZW, like GCW wasn't a thing yet. Right. When I first started my career. So like if you weren't in CZW already established doing death matches, it was very hard to break that bubble. So I did what I could to sprinkle in the deathmatch elements wherever possible.
Did you ever try reaching out to like Ian Rotten, make a trip down?
Oh yeah. I talked to Ian a couple times. We just never were able to iron anything out specifically because you guys got to remember when I first started my career, I was a tag team guy as well. So the first 6 years of my career, I was strictly doing tag team wrestling, and especially deathmatch. That's a niche and a niche and a niche. You know what I mean? Tag team deathmatch wrestling. That's a very you don't see that very often. So it wasn't he wasn't super excited about trying to bring us out. So we never really got anywhere. Though I did talk with him.
Now you said that you didn't a lifelong fan or anything like that. Like the performance piece of it, were you like a fucking theater kid that was violent? Like how did you make that transition then?
So as a youth, I kind of had a turbulent childhood. I moved around a lot. Okay. So when I got into middle school, I fell into a group of friends who liked Yu-Gi-Oh! And they also liked pro wrestling, and they backyard wrestled. So when I met this group of friends, I was adopted into a bigger group of friends. And the main thesis was backyard wrestling. So that was like, oh, I like these guys. They're my friends. This is what they do. So I dove in, you know what I mean? And that's where I became a fan. Cause like I watch wrestling occasionally. Like I have memories of watching like WCW pay-per-views with my aunt, you know what I mean? Like she was a big fan of Big Sexy. She loved Kevin Nash, but so like I have those memories, but I wasn't necessarily like watching weekly and following the product and knowing what was going on until I met my group of friends, and I was in the 6th grade. So
what was the name of the backyard fed?
Action Packed Wrestling.
Okay.
Now, what was your get? I was a fellow backyarder too, but that's as far as I went. I never got.
Oh, my backyard wrestling name was Prodigy.
Prodigy. Did you come out to breathe?
I did.
Nice.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. And I also came out to Red Breathe Into Me. That was the evolution of the character there.
And how long did you guys have like a ring, or did you have
no, we never had a ring, but we were so deep in the backyard wrestling scene, we were like in the forums posting our shit, and like we would meet up with other backyard feds, and we would do like our backyard fed versus your backyard fed. So yeah, we're deep in the scene, man.
That's fucking great. I love that. We were like, I don't know, 99, and we were like shit talking people on the internet, but it never.
Oh yeah, by all means.
It never got to like meeting up with like another, we have all the I have. Tony is the 4th wizard, and he's not here, but I have all like we used to videotape it too, of course.
Oh, dude, there's some of this stuff on YouTube for sure.
So I have all the tapes. Like you want to see his backyard? And like, it's a surprise none of us are fucking dead, to be perfectly honest with you.
Oh, yeah, we did some dumb shit too for certain.
Oh, man. Yeah. We didn't do we were not like light tube, but we were like, we were ECW kids. So it was like,
we went as far as light tubes and fire.
Yeah, we did fire. We did 2 light tubes. Fire and tables.
As far as, how much more do you want to go?
There's a few more steps you can go.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of like how far you can go, my introduction to you was in the Crusade for a Change with Darius Carter.
Yes. Okay.
But now you are here, and I saw an interesting conversation. For some ungodly reason, I joined a deathmatch Facebook group with Brundo and Tony. It's it's wild because I really don't like there's no pertinent information there whatsoever. It's just chaos.
But
Tommy, you're on it. Yeah.
Right? I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
I love it though. Personally, I think it's funny. That's great. You know what I mean? It breaks up my doom scrolling.
Yeah, but it's everything on my fucking feed. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Somebody asked recently, and this is where I saw it. like the state of deathmatch wrestling is 2025, and Joey Janela was like, it's everywhere and it's kind of getting stale. And I'm paraphrasing. I can pull up the exact quote.
Yeah,
but
I'm familiar. I've seen the post today.
Where are your thoughts on the whole state of deathmatch wrestling?
I disagree. I think a lot of people personally are just nostalgic. Like, go back and watch some of the older stuff that people at that time period that people are very, very nostalgic for, and like it's not as good as people remember it, in my opinion. And I think that today there's more places for guys to make a living doing deathmatch and more bigger markets for deathmatch than there have ever been. Like, it used to be New Jersey or like Philly were the only areas you could get deathmatch. And now there's deathmatch in Texas, there's deathmatch in Chicago, there's deathmatch in Detroit, there's deathmatch all over the country. Like, there's the West Coast scene, there's multiple different scenes that are all doing their own thing and thriving. And I think that you didn't see that 10 years ago. Like, there was like the GCW boom, and that was it. There was like any of the other indies, like Vicious Outcast Wrestling, or like any of these other smaller companies. They were the ones that people were like shit talking, saying, "Oh, there's 35 people in the crowd," type things. But now you got companies like Seven and companies like RPW and companies like No Holds Barred, who wherever the fuck they go, they're packing buildings. So the metrics tell me that deathmatch is doing better than it was then because the buildings are filled. There's multiple companies succeeding. It's not just one dog in the race in New Jersey and Philly. You know what I mean? There's 10 dogs in the race and everybody's eating. So I think that deathmatch is in a good place, personally. What do you guys think?
I don't watch a lot of deathmatch wrestling, so Brundo might be the guy that can answer that question.
Oh yeah, I think I completely agree. There's so much I can't even keep up with. There's guys popping up that might start in these smaller feds that are just blowing up, ended up on, ICW or GCW. So yeah, you're right. I sat through when it was, the early to mid 2000s. It was either IWA or CZW, nothing else unless you went to like Big Japan or something like that. So to see, 20 companies instead of 2, it's pretty awesome for the scene.
Now, Tommy, humble guy here, you mentioned a bunch of promotions, but you did not mention WLW, which has a show coming up in 2 weeks.
We do.
The Northwoods Death Trip. And we Love Wrestling is your baby.
It is. That's my brainchild. So I like to try to keep the two as separate as possible, because I don't want people to want to support one or support the other because of their particular feelings, you know what I mean? And nor do I want people to treat WLW differently because they know that it's mine, So like, we dabble in the deathmatch arts, but I don't necessarily consider We Love Wrestling just a deathmatch company, because we do a little bit of everything, Like, we're going from doing Northwoods Death Trip to the next time we're being seen in the Northwoods. We're at the second biggest fair in Dickinson County, so we do a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? We can do blood and guts, or we can do family friendly. We like to consider ourselves like a buffet of pro wrestling.
You can't beat that. Now, let me ask you, speaking buffet pro wrestling, fans bring the weapons. Do you, for you, like, this is your match, you and Little Sicko in a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. Do you have to, do they bring all the weapons to the back and you're like, we can use that? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. As much as I love my fans and love the fans of professional wrestling, some of them are fucking unhinged, and they'll bring some ridiculous shit. So I gotta take a look at it, man. I don't want to get like tetanus or like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things that are just a no for me. Like razor wire, like that's a no for me. There's a few things that I just don't mess with. So yeah, 1000%. I'll take a look at the weapons.
Did anyone ever oh, sorry, bro. Go ahead, HK.
No, I was going to say, along that line of people bringing weapons, have you ever saw something that was like, okay, challenge accepted? Like, has anybody brought like a fucking bag of marshmallows? Or, you know what? I'm going to fucking make this work. Have you been in that position before?
Yeah. So a lot of the deathmatch guys, like, they'll lay all the gimmicks we made, and everybody will go by and they'll start picking their shit and making piles of like each match or whatever. But you'll see, like, if there's something that's particularly gnarly, everybody will be like, make it a point, but fuck that. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? So sometimes guys will take that as a challenge. You know what I mean? Like for instance, like the porcupine quills. Like, that's one of those things that people are like, absolutely not. You know what I mean? But I look at it as like, I'm not gonna fucking need stitches or bleed to death, so I think I'll be okay, right? You know, and my thought process is a little bit different than other people, because it's like, I take not to break down the fourth wall too much, but it's about calculated risks. You know.
No, it makes. I mean, it checks out. It makes sense, right?
What would you say is the most painful thing you took over the years?
So I did these like weird, like I did a tempered panes of glass match at the Murder City Deathmatch Cup against Dr. Redacted and MM3. And I was very late to the show. We hit a bunch of traffic. We showed up when match 2 was going on. So I didn't get a chance to do my normal walk through the weapons. Like I just spoke about how I look at things and be like, no, yes, whatever. I didn't get to my walkthrough of these weapons. Long story short, we get in the ring and it's panes of glass, but they are tinted black. They're tempered, but they're tinted black. So for whatever reason, these fucking panes were just gnarly, dude. And that right there on my arm is from like one pane of glass.
Oh Christ!
Jeez.
Yeah, dude. I didn't need stitches or anything, but that's probably the fucking worst one. Most painful thing I got was I was behind the pane, and Dr. Redacted did a cannonball through the pane, and the glass just tore up my arm, like more like scraped up my arm, not really like cut it deep, but like, you know, like skinned it. Like, yeah, crazy. That was the most painful thing for me.
What's on the no-fly list for you?
For me, I don't do heights.
Okay.
Like you're not going to see me coming off the roof. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So like my first story, how I said I used to try to sprinkle deathmatch wrestling into wherever I could. I had a match for Beyond Wrestling at a show called The Real Thing, The Real Deal. And we were in a War Games cage match. And me and Ricky Shane Page did a spot where he superplexed me off the cage. And it was supposed to be through a table. But we ran at a nightclub called Fet Music. I had those slippery nightclub floors. So when we hit the table shot out from underneath us. So essentially, I took a superplex from the cage to the concrete. And that was ultimately why I took like 4 years off of wrestling, because my fucking lower back was just jacked up and I needed to take time. And it snowballed into a whole thing. But yeah, that's why heights is like a no for me, because that kind of traumatized me a little bit. So heights and probably razor wire, dude. Those are like the only two. Everything else is like on the table.
Okay. So I'm sure you've seen it. The needle in the dick.
Yeah. I wouldn't take a needle in the dick, no, but like I'm not particularly scared of needles. So like I have took syringe spots and I would take syringe spots, but probably not to the dick.
Like the Drew Parker syringe through the fucking mouth thing?
Yeah.
Fuck you, bro.
What would you take to the dick, or is there nothing dick related?
I mean, is the dick staying in the pants or is the dick out?
Yeah, dealer's choice.
Yeah, see, I mean, if I don't have to put my dick out, it's not like a decent exposure. Like, I think there's a lot more things that are on the table, but like, my dick's not coming out in public. We're just not going to go that route.
Got hog staying in the pen.
Yeah, by all means.
When you were away for your extended time, like, did you miss pro wrestling?
Oh, I went through the whole gamut of emotions. I missed it. I hated it. I was mad about it. I was sad about it. So, you were familiar with the Beyond Wrestling work that I did. So like at that time we were like really like we were married to Santana and Ortiz. We wrestled those guys everywhere we went. So like the guys like Santana and Ortiz, guys like Private Party, they're getting signed to AEW while I'm away at this point in time. So like that's where my whole like journey came, because it's like at first I was like, you've like that, like kind of like jealous, you know what I mean? That should be me type, you know what I mean? And then I was like, oh man, like my friends are on TV. Like, how cool is this? And I got back into watching the product, you know what I mean? And then watching the product made me miss the product, made me want to get back into doing it. And then it just snowballed into making a return, you know?
You went from being in the Minutemen to fucking deathmatch wrestling.
Yeah, so I always wanted to do death matches, dude. Like me and Devin, we did a couple tag team death matches. We did like a last team standing. We did like Woonsocket Street Fight where we did like 20,000 thumbtacks. We did a couple of things like that because he dabbled as well. I just never was given the opportunities to do so.
How'd you meet up with Dysfunction to do IWA Milwaukee?
So I moved to basically the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So like I live in northern Wisconsin, but I'm like when I go to Walmart, I go to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So like I'm way the fuck north. And there's not a whole lot of wrestling companies out here. So when I was starting to do my research of what's what and who's who, a few companies stuck out, and ICW Milwaukee was one of them. Brew City Wrestling was another one. There's a couple companies in the area that are more known. So once I was able to get my foot in the door at some smaller companies and get some of the rust off, ICW was on my list. That was where I wanted to go. That was my goal to get. Like, I wanted to get in there. It's funny that we bring this all up because today on my memories on Facebook, it was I debuted for ICW Milwaukee 2 years ago to this day. So shout out to the anniversary of me coming in and working for Dysfunction. But yeah, that was my goal, man. So I drove down to the 420 Classic, introduced myself, helped set up the ring, did all that good stuff, and was like, I want to do death matches. And this is like, we'll give you a shot. And then we're off to the races.
Yeah. So like, would you say like this Insane 8 that year is the thing that kind of like broke you out of his shell, like put you on the board or whatnot?
100%. So I wasn't even scheduled to be in that year's Insane 8. I was just on the early show. And Eric Dillinger got hurt in the first round, like, and had to go to the hospital. Was like, he was out of the tournament. So I subbed in for Eric Dillinger against Oren Veit. Last minute, I was already undressed, hanging out, drinking beers in the crowd, watching the show. And as soon as Eric got hurt, I went in the back because I knew that something was wrong. And Kurt was like, get dressed. So I was like, all right, it's time to go, dude. And then had the match with Oren. Had a couple clips go viral, like over 17 million views. And that was what lit the rocket for me to stop getting booked at other places like Horror Slam and things like that.
Who is there for you? Like you mentioned, like CZW and stuff. Like, is there like a bucket list for Tommy Trainwreck? Like, we're friends with Low Life Louie.
Yes.
Like, is he like on the bucket list? And would
you
you take the drill dough?
Yes. For the love of God. Absolutely. So like I was saying before, I was a big indie fan. So like CZW is big on my list because I've never been to a WWE event, WWE live event ever in my life, but I've been to the Tournament of Death as a fan. Paid my money to go to TOD 11. So that just should tell you where my values stand on professional wrestling and deathmatch wrestling. CZW was also always very, very high on my list. So that's a bucket list. TOD is a bucket list. King of the Death Matches is a bucket list. And the big one for everybody is Japan. Everybody wants to go overseas. You know what I mean? So like, if I can check 2 of those 3 off of my list, I can retire happy, I think.
Yeah. No, I was so. I'm probably a little older than you, but I got into the death matches through Onita and Pogo. And then you got like the wild, like fucking alligator death matches and shit. Yeah. And obviously, just like you said earlier, like hindsight, like you go back and you watch them and it's a fucking fish tank with a baby alligator in it. But man, when you read it in that RF video fucking catalog, you're like, alligator death match. I need to buy that shit immediately. But man, yeah, Japan, they just do it differently, man. It's on my bucket list to go as a fan. Just to go see.
I'm a Pokemon guy. Like I like the culture. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot about Japan that I would like to experience besides just the wrestling, but the wrestling aspect, like you guys know, deathmatch fans are built different. So like Japanese wrestling fans are built different. So Japanese deathmatch wrestling fans, it's a totally different level of respect and admiration. You know what I mean? That is not really seen so much in the United States. Like they very much love and appreciate the art form in a different way.
Now, if you could start buying panties from vending machines here in the States, would that still make you want to go over there as much? Like if you could just buy your panties here, swipe panties out of the vending machine, does that kind of make you want to stay a little bit?
Definitely unsweetens the pot a little bit, That's at least
depending on the panties.
The reason I want to go over there is to gamble in the vending machines.
Now, every guest that we've had on the show that's been to Japan, we've asked, and since you haven't been, but if you went, Lance Archer swears raw horse meat is the best thing to eat over there.
Yeah, man. I don't know about that, bro. So, like, for me personally, it was a wild game dinner. All right. And it was like open bar. So, like, we're over there, we're having a good time. I eat a bunch of fucking meats, dude. And then, like, when I leave this place, it hits me like, man, I just ate like 13 different animals. Are
All right.
And now I'm sick, and now I'm throwing up. You know what I mean? A 3-hour buffet of exotic meats. So yeah, man, I don't really fuck with exotic meats anymore, dude.
What about the alcohol though? That has to play a factor in that. No?
I mean, a little bit. I wasn't like, I had like 3 drinks. I wasn't like super intoxicated or anything. To me, it was just the mental aspect of sitting there like I just ate all these animals.
I'm with my wife. She dabbles in the hunting.
Yes.
And she's killed a couple geese, and she's brought the goose home. And I can't get over. I'm like, wait, you cleaned it and you cooked it, and now I have to fucking eat this?
Dude, out here in Wisconsin, people love venison. I swear by it. Everybody tries to feed me venison. I'm like, I do not want it. I'm the same way, man. Like I'm fine with meats. I just got to go to the supermarket and get them. I don't want any part of the dirty work,
Right, but we're also talking about Japan here now. Like raw horse meat in Japan, they might do it different.
I still don't want to eat a horse, dude.
You're not eating. I mean, I guess you are.
You are eating a horse, and like that's like an expression. You know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily need to live that. Nah, it's a no for me.
Do you need to know what you're eating before you eat it?
Yeah.
Like if you go with someone who's been to Japan, like I got you, bro.
Yeah, no, nothing nautical for me, dude. No strange meats. I need to know, dude.
So how do you differentiate Tommy Trainwreck, the wrestler, versus promoter? Like, what's the biggest challenge for you?
Nobody wants I don't want to do when I go to shows and the shit that I don't like or shit that we see that we don't like. I don't want my company to be that stuff. You know what I mean? So my goal as a promoter is to not be that guy. I'm not the guy in the main events of my shows. I'm barely even booked on my shows. I wrestle my shows out of fucking necessity more than anything. I hate to wrestle my own shows. There's too much going on. You know what I mean? I'd much rather sit back and be able to run the card and do that shit because one of them suffers. Either running the show suffers or my match suffers. So it's one of those things that I'd rather not do that. So it's like, for me, the biggest separation is like, I gotta look at things without the rose-colored goggles too, because a lot of times people get trapped in this thing. It's like just because you're doing something or you're producing something doesn't mean it's awesome. It's easy to get into that like, oh, look how cool this is. We made this, we did this, and it's easy to get caught up in that. Like, oh, this is cool. I try to look at things with like a little bit of like, all right, how can we do this better, or what can we do to make this better? Because if you get complacent, then that's what's gonna kill things. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not doing We Love Wrestling to just be another indie. I want to be a super indie. I want to be a destination. I want to be a place that people travel across the country to come to my shows because they're those shows. You know what I mean? And that takes a certain level of dedication, and it's a marathon, not a sprint, So it's like, we're getting there.
Is your area getting oversaturated with indies?
Wisconsin is very saturated with indies, but none of them are like going for that smart audience. They're all like friends and family, you know what I mean? Like the family friendly wrestling. They're trying to draw like that type of crowd, where I'm trying to draw the smart audience who watches wrestling on TV 3 nights a week and knows the product and knows the guys. I don't give a fuck about the kids and the families who are going to watch the show, go home, and then not follow us on Twitter, not do anything. I want the fans who are going to go home and be like, oh, that show is fucking awesome, and go on the message boards and tell everybody you need to watch We Love Wrestling. You know what I mean? That's my audience. I'll take 50 smart fans over 500 families any day, personally.
Now we got our very own handsome Kevin here. And let me ask you, Tommy, does the name live up to the image here? Do you think he's a handsome fella?
As far as like handsome Squidward standards, or like
I don't know. We gave him the nickname Handsome Kevin. I don't know.
Was this like a long time ago, or like
like a couple years?
He's a handsome guy.
All right. Well, I'm always curious. I just want to know if did we fuck?
I worked you, dude. I worked you. I thought I made you think we were going left and we went right.
You are a good man, Tommy Trainwreck. You are a good man.
He fucking flip flops all fucking night. This guy over here, handsome Kevin. Our very own handsome Kevin does some indie work in Minnesota.
Yes.
So I don't know if you two have ever crossed paths.
No, have we?
We have not. No, I not a death match man. So that's
I'd rather do regular shows too. It's just like, for me, dude, I'm the worst. I'll meet people and then I'll meet them again. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I'm Antone. And I'm like, I'm that dickhead. Like, I'm so sorry, dude. I don't mean to be that guy. Like, bro, I work like my side job is I work at a gas station, dude. I see people all day long. I just blank out faces. I don't. They're just NPCs by this point. You know what I mean? So
I think the only indie that I would have been in that would have been even remotely close to your neck of the woods probably would have been Frozen Tundra.
Okay. Yeah, they run like that Western Mass area. I've yet to work for Frozen Tundra. I've worked in Minnesota a couple times. Northern Lights Wrestling.
Okay.
Some company called APW. I don't know what it stood for.
All Out Pro.
Yeah, Pro.
They closed. Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be making my Time Bomb debut soon, so I'll be out in Minnesota for that as well.
Time Bomb over in North Dakota.
They run Minnesota, North Dakota.
Yeah.
All around. But the show that I'm doing for them is in Minnesota. I don't know if I just spoiled anything, but yeah.
Yeah. Now Thief River Falls.
I don't know, man.
Yep. just gonna keep driving west until you hit it.
Yeah, nah, dude. I honestly, dude, like I have so many dates and so much fucking stuff going on that like I have to come up like I have to like focus on one thing at a time, or else I'll never know. You know what I mean? Like when it gets closer to that show, I'll know exactly where it is. Right now, I know it's in Minnesota and the date that it's on. Besides that, we'll figure out the details when we get closer. I don't have so much brain capacity, dude.
Have your calendar ready next time you come on here for Handsome Kevin.
Yeah, I mean I do, but it's out of reach.
Tommy, I asked this question to every guest that's ever been on the Shining Wizard Wrestling podcast. And if you tuned in earlier or you checked it out, I don't know. You probably should have done your homework because we're fucking a disaster over here. When was the last time you shit your pants?
Oh man, so recently, dude. So I went to Vegas for Mania, and I got the most sick that I've ever been, like in my life. Like coming home from Vegas, dude. I was bedridden for 3 days. And those 3 days, I shit myself 7 times, guys. seven times, dude, in 3 days. I shit on my dog. I was sleeping, right, dude? I was sleeping. I woke up to a fart, and I literally shit on my dog, dude. I swear to God, it's behind my legs, and I diarrhea on my dog, dude. I was in the trenches, dude. In the trenches.
We have a winner.
Yeah. I think Ethan Page is in the books now.
That's it. Move over, Ethan Page.
It's 2 in the morning. Now I gotta clean my fucking dog, dude. And I was like, oh, miserable, dude.
Oh God, you just usurped the Ethan Page spot. He told a great shit his pants story when he was like a door-to-door salesman and he fucked some dude's toilet up. He shit his pants in his house.
Honestly, dude, I like me personally. If you haven't shit your pants as an adult, I don't know if I trust you fully.
Thank you, Tommy. We asked some people. We asked guests, and they go, "I don't know. I was like 6 months old," and we're like, "Come on, bro." And we're not.
You've sharded a little bit.
Exactly. I think that's the disconnect. I think people think like I'm talking about a log, and I'm like, no, if you're shitting logs as an adult in your underwear, you need to get the fuck off this podcast and go see a doctor immediately. We're talking sharks here, people.
Yes,
sharks.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in the ring and done it, or wrestled somebody that's sharded?
No, dude. I've had like 2 instances though recently where I've like been in the ring and I was like, oh man, I gotta poop. That's not good, dude. Like that happened to me twice in recent memory, and I was like, oh no, dude. Like we are almost there. One of them was at a show that was like an outdoor show. So as soon as my match was done, I just got in my car and drove to like a bodega down the street. I didn't even say thank you to my opponent. Nothing, dude. Broke curtain, and I was like, gotta go. I just got in my car and left, dude. Everybody was like, what happened? I was like, nah, dude. I just had to take a shit. I don't.
There was no bathroom at the wrestling venue?
Dude, we're talking IWA Deep South.
Yeah, right.
The show that was the fucking Southern Outlaw show, the show that the SWAT team showed up at. So, yeah, no, man. We're at some dude's house, and he wasn't letting nobody fucking drop deuces in his house.
This is IWE Deep South, man. They're not gonna have anything there. It's the woods.
This was like over a year ago. That was my first time going there too. So I pull up and they're like, it's not backyard wrestling, we're in somebody's front yard. I was like, oh.
Bro, according to Cage Match, IWA Deep South Southern Outlaws was a fucking pay-per-view.
It was live on pay-per-view, and the fucking police showed up. SWAT teams, 14 SWAT teams with ARs.
Were you there and you already
Yeah,
left?
hell yeah, I was there.
What
I
is
seen the whole
that?
thing.
What is that like?
Fucking crazy. You know what I mean? It's not a normal occurrence at a wrestling. Like, I've had the police show up at wrestling shows, sure, but not like literally 15 cruisers with bulletproof vests and fucking ARs, dude. No, not to that level.
I mean,
You know
it's
what's crazy
far-
part? They left. They were like, oh, they see the ring. They're like, y'all wrestling? That's the quote. Wrestling? And once they realized they were wrestling, the cops left, and the crowd broke out into an IWA chant, and the fucking show went on.
It's
Crazy
par
as
for the
shit.
course for them. Their first Carnage Cup, I remember, got shut down by the police after like 3 matches or something like that.
They've had quite a few run-ins with the police.
Yeah.
As we love we love wrestling.
Yes.
Have you had any run-ins with the police doing that?
No, because dude, like we love wrestling, like we're a registered LLC, like we have like insurance and like we're a business. You know what I mean? Like we went through all the right avenues to make our company like as legitimate as possible. So when I run in a venue, we're usually legally allowed to be there within our rights. You know what I mean? We've had the police like assist us. We've used an ambulance at a show before because they were there and like, hey, could we use this ambulance for a spot real quick? And they happened to say yes. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, we knock on wood, dude. We've been good. We've been able to stay away from the police for certain. But I think that's just from due diligence and not doing things. Like I said, I don't like to do things when I go to a show and I don't like shit. I try to do the opposite of that. I want things to be legitimate. Like our guys get paid before the show. We don't fucking rely on the gate. All the shindy stuff you hear. Like I just want to do the opposite of that. You know?
Yeah, I think, and I like that you have the big picture outlook. You're not looking for, you don't want 500 people at the first show and then nobody at the second show. Like you got to build a reputation.
At the end of the day, man, if you do this for money, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? Like if the money comes, cool, and the money does come for some people. You know what I mean? And some people it doesn't. But I am rich in life experience. I get to travel the country, and I have friends that I see in California, and I'll see them in the South, and I'll see them on the East Coast because they travel and they do this. Like that's a blessing. You know what I mean? It's not. That's a payment in itself. You know what I mean? Getting to travel, get to do those things that I love. Sometimes it's not all about the envelope. You know what I mean?
No. Is there anybody left out there in the deathmatch scene that you haven't worked yet or look forward to going against?
Yeah, man. There's a few. The top of the list for me is Matt Tremont. There's been tons of comparisons in my career between me and Tremont for our looks, and he's the bulldozer. I'm Trainwreck. There's many comparisons to be made. So Tremont's the top of my list. Alex Colon is another one. I think that Alex Colon is very slept on and is one of the best like hybrid deathmatch guys. Nick Gage. There's still quite a few names to be had. I've been fortunate enough to work with some bigger names in the deathmatch community, but there's still some people I'd like to work with. There's still some dream matches for me to have for sure.
Now I know you were, according to Cage Match, you're from the shitty city of Philadelphia.
No, that's a work.
That's a work.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, we were just gonna bust your balls about that, buddy.
No, Philly fucking sucks, dude. I'm from Massachusetts, dude. I'm from a town called I'm from a city called Fall River, Massachusetts. It's about an hour and change south of Boston. They're famous for Lizzie Borden, serial killer. Is from.
I love it. I'm in. You don't have. So we had Alec Price a couple months ago.
Yes.
You do not have the accent like him though. His accent.
No, you can only hear it when I talk about parking the car at the harbor, you know. But besides that, yeah, it's not that prominent. I also have been living in the Midwest for like 5 years, so probably faded away a little bit and picked up some opes and some don't you knows along the way, you know.
Don't you know? You be fucking with them cheese curds out there?
Yeah, man. I'll be honest. Wisconsin food is kind of fucking shit, but like I do fuck with the cheese curd. You know what I mean? Dude, me personally, I'm like another thing about my home city is the inventor of chow mein. So like the chow mein that you get at like Chinese foods like that. Yeah. That's like from Fall River. So like there's a lot of big Chinese food places out east, and like where we are is like just a lack of flavor. Lack of flavor, dude.
Yeah.
Everything's just deep fried and covered in like cheese, you know.
Yeah, look at them out there. They're all
I mean, there's more to like beer cheese. Like beer cheese is cool, man, but like I want like some like seasonings and like not just like deep fried nonsense, dude. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. Sometimes you want a deep fried Oreo, but sometimes you want
not fucking 6 days a week.
Deep fried diabetes come from that.
Fuck, Tommy, this was a blast, man.
Yeah, dude, this was fun. I appreciate you guys having me.
Anytime you have an open invitation, anytime you want to come back, shoot the shit. You got something to promote.
Yes.
You're doing something on Twitter with We Love Wrestling. Like, tag us, man. We'll fucking retweet it. We'll put the word out there.
Appreciate you, man.
This is Rondo, great fucking guest, man. Tommy Trainwreck. Don't put him over. Don't put over. You're gonna do it, not Tommy Trainwreck.
No.
Don't put over
my man, Mod Spock, helping me set this up. This would not have happened without him. Legit. So
yeah, Tom's my boy. Shout out to Tom. And can I get a quick plug in before I go, dude?
Of course.
Whatever you need.
Yeah.
Follow We Love Wrestling on all socials. It's We Love, and wrestling is spelled with a 3 instead of an E. And that's on IG, that's on YouTube, that's on Facebook, that's on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. It's the same across all the boards. Watch us on IWTV. Death Wish Cup is our most viewed show on IWTV. You should go out of your way. You should watch it. You should follow what we do. We're doing it for the love of wrestling. Thank you guys for having me. Much appreciated.
Yo, Lil Sicko looks like a fucking maniac.
I mean, he's not like Little Sweetheart.
Fair. Very fair point.
That's a new gimmick, dude. We'll just paint hearts on his eyes, dude. And it'll be a love.
I like it. He looks like fucking dollar store ICP. You gonna fuck him up, aren't you?
I want to try.
Get him.
Absolutely.
Get him, Tommy. I don't like this Neil Diamond Cutter. He's all bloody.
Yeah, I mean, there is a parental discretion advised sticker on the poster, just so like all ages are accepted, but like don't be a shitty parent, you know. Don't bring your newborn baby to the Deathmatch show and let them breathe in spooky dust, please.
Now I gotta ask you. You reach out to all these guys, right? Send me a promo picture, and then this Damian Spriggle, he's not even bloody like all the rest of the fucking guys.
Well, dude, like it's not all death matches.
But he's wrestling Orin, and Orin's fucking covered in blood here.
I mean, they're gonna have a panes of glass match, but Damon Spriggle isn't normally a deathmatch guy. So
come on, Spriggle, get your shit together, bro.
You want me to like fucking superimpose some blood on this dude's face for the promo picture? What am I supposed to do, dude? That's the picture he sent me. I'm like, all right.
Yes, AI, get on.
You know how many gallons of water that wastes, dude? Come on, be responsible.
What waste? Wait, what waste water?
Yeah, supposedly, operating an AI system, it takes like fucking like 7 gallons of water for every question you ask it to cool the fucking supercomputers.
Really?
Don't quote me. I might be fucking just spitting Rob Dyrdek facts at you that are completely false. But yeah, man, that's what I heard. That's what I've been seeing videos on and shit, dude. One of the reasons people are shitting on it.
Interesting.
That sounds like a great question.
I might just be conspiracy gaga. I don't know. My feed is also filled with flat Earth videos. Don't fucking listen to me for advice.
Before you go, Tom, let's ask the Grok. How much water do we
ask AI
when we
absolutely none, sir?
Question. Let's see what the Grok says. This is the fucking money we pay for shitty fucking premium Twitter where you can't stream fucking live. Eat a shit, Elon. You okay over there? Asking me a question doesn't directly waste water, but it does use some energy for computing, which can indirectly involve water in things like data center cooling or power generation. The amount depends on a lot of factors. Oh, this bullshit. So she says,
give you a political answer. I told you, yes, we're fucking you, but we're not telling you how deep.
Right. You gotta get them panties out of that vending machine.
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy, you're the best, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'm leaving. Goodbye, guys. Have a good night.
We love you. You're the best, Tommy. Tommy Trainwreck. That was a great get, Brundo.
Oh, that was a fucking awesome get. What was I say? Mod Spot guy, Milwaukee Tom.
Milwaukee Tom's like the fucking king of the fucking
like Midwest. The king of the man. Yeah, he's the king of the Opes.
What?
King of the Opes. What they say up there. Ope.
Is that like the ops?
Nah, just Ope. Everything. Ope, didn't see you there, or
Interesting. I don't know if Tom hit me with any opes when we were partaking in some adult beverages after that last Ring of Honor show.
I've definitely heard him say some opes.
What about you, HK? He slept at your house, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, a couple times.
Does he? Oh, ope.
Oh.
You wake up to him going, "Oh, my bad."
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. I didn't wake up to a Milwaukee Tom on top of me going, "Oh."
I think we finished. Are we good with Saturday night's main event?
Yeah, I think we kind of hit all the matches, hit all the fun on it.
There was another WWE event though.
There is, and we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about AEW, Double or Nothing, NXT Battleground, Dark Side of the Ring. No homework this week because it's a holiday week, so we took the week. Oh yeah, I've been around the Italians for so long now. I use my hands to speak.
Do you know what you call a Native American Italian?
Well, Brando, Hey, let me stop you right there, man. let me help you. All right.
I want to know.
It's talks with hands.
Huh? That wasn't bad.
It wasn't supposed to be good.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I think Pizza Kevin thought like you were gonna put your fucking hood on and go to fucking.
No. That was one and done. That ain't ever coming back.
I was looking out for you, buddy.
I appreciate it, bud. Bro stuff.
Bro stuff. Really? I didn't know.
Bro stuff.
He needs a bro. Tony's off today, so
Yeah, but I don't take you for a bro, Brando.
I'm here for whatever.
I'm still trying to unpack Brando. I'm not like he's been a wizard for a while now.
I'm still trying to pack Brando.
Like there's a lot I think me and Brando have in common. Like we. Just so you know, if you are not a Patreon, me and Brando did like a Wrestling Observer Down the Aisle we recorded the other night, like for June. Fucking fantastic. There's a lot of things I think me and Brando have in common that we haven't even cracked the egg on. I know we're both Mets fans. We recorded on Thursday night. We both love Seven Dust. There's a lot here for me and Brando.
Seven Dust is fantastic.
Oh, a band Handsome Kevin likes. Look at this.
Big Seven Dust guy.
Really?
Yep.
What a moment. This is such a beautiful moment.
Yeah. Friendship.
I would play some music, but I'm not getting an episode taken down. Every fucking inconclusive breakdown podcast that's on our network feed. We had an email once a day. This episode's getting taken down for the music. Look at Molly Rogue coming in there. HK forgot to mention he wrestled with Spriggle.
Yeah, I wasn't going to cut anybody off, but he's a hell of a worker. I like Damon Spriggle a lot.
Should have gotten a bloody picture to put on his.
He's not a deathmatch guy.
Well, he's wrestling in a fucking panes of glass match or whatever.
Well, now after that, he can have a bloody picture.
Right.
But before that, if you can't make a bloody picture if you've never been bloody.
It's true.
That's fair. Yeah. We're gonna go. How are we doing this? How are we getting to the commercial? Tony made a new commercial.
Okay.
How do we get there?
How do we get to the new commercial?
Yeah, like what's the transition here?
Go like this, we go like this, we get rid of this.
Do you have like a catchphrase? What's your like? It's a new era, buddy.
Do I have a catchphrase?
You
we'll be back right after I'm done squeaking a 2.
We would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in each week to The Shining Wizards. Here are some other ways in which you can support the show. If you shop at Amazon, visit amazon.shiningwizards.com and shop the way you always do. You'll pay the same low prices, and a portion of your purchase will help support the show. If you'd like to buy a Shining Wizards t-shirt, visit merch.shiningwizards.com to visit our pro wrestling tee store and select from over a dozen great designs. You can also become a Patreon supporter at patreon.shiningwizards.com, where we offer bonus content, producer credits, and so much more. Continue to listen to the show wherever you listen to podcasts and watch along live on social media. And don't forget to like, rate, review, and subscribe. Your continued support helps us to continue to bring you the best in professional wrestling podcasting.
It's time for your weekly lineup of shows on the Shining Wizards Network. Start your week with the latest from Gorilla Brain, featuring the year of Duke and Rowe, covering a year's worth of classic wrestling. And the Tots Pod, introducing the world to wrestling figure collecting. Follow up with 30 Screams or Less, a weekly review of horror movies in 30 minutes or less. And the Shining Wizards, where it's wrestling talk and talk about wrestling. The Network Week continues with the Mark Order, your place for everything AEW. And the ROH Revelry, covering everything in the history of Ring of Honor. Later, it's Radioactive Metal, bringing you everything from the world of heavy metal music. And Inconclusive Breakdown, keeping you up to date on everything happening in the world. The Shining Wizards Network is also the home to other great shows, like the Broadcast, your watch-along podcast from Down Under. Turnbuckle Throwbacks, paying homage to the greatest shows in the history of pro wrestling. Wrestling Night in Canada, a focus on wrestling with a north-of-the-border spin. And Going Underground, a show that takes you back through the history of Lucha Underground. Enjoy all of the amazing shows on the Shining Wizards Network, available wherever you listen to podcasts and at shiningwizardsnetwork.com. It's the Shining Wizards Network. Entertainment here.
You want to fight. You want to become a champion, but face facts. You suck. But you don't have to suck. And you won't suck when you train with the best. Train at the Wizards Wrestling School. We'll train you in all forms of combat, including Japanese wrestling and wrestling in pudding with no clothes on. Got $5,000? We'll take your $5,000 and train you to be a champion. Maybe. Got what it takes? Join us on the mean streets of Morristown and find out if you got what it takes to win championships. It's the Wizards Wrestling School, taking money and taking names.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Well, I guess if you don't support us on Patreon, you can go to Wizard Wrestling School.
And we should probably make clear that that the Polaco Fund has no involvement.
No involvement whatsoever. Oh God, you brought his name. Do we have to do a Polaco watch?
I don't know if there's anything shaken with Pidge.
Just his fucking leg, probably. Not for long though.
Nothing's from just in the last week. We have like a couple posts. They're all the same. It is Aldo Montoya, Just Incredible, Shawn Michaels, and Razor Ramon all in a picture. It really looks like there's some fake championship belts on Shawn Michaels, Polaco, and Razor. They have a flag that says SCP supporting Portugal. And then, of course, taking all pro wrestling bookings and podcasts, also willing to do cameos and many other wrestling style appearances. Please like and share and DM me for information.
Oh, he's willing to do them. Is anybody requesting them? That's the thing.
When's your birthday?
It's October, I know that.
Yeah, buy a cameo of him apologizing to you.
Well, buy a cameo and get nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Holy shit. Brendo, again, Tommy Trainwreck, home run, man. High five.
Fuck yeah.
We kind of went over, we showed the pick results earlier in the show, but NXT Battleground was something we picked. I was lucky enough, I went 5-1. Everybody else went 4-2. We all lost. I mean, I don't think anyone saw Trick Williams walking out of NXT Battleground.
I was so frustrated because I read an article that hit me like in all the logic spots where I was like, yes, this makes sense. Trick's the guy. But then I went, no, I'm buried in the standings. I'm not going to Hail Mary. Double T said, don't Hail Mary yet. So I didn't Hail Mary, but Trick would have been the Hail Mary.
It's one of those things, like I was checking Cage Match every once in a while to check out who's winning what or whatnot. As soon as I saw that in the main event, I was like, oh, fuck. They're changing the title. I got this one wrong. Because I thought they were going to go Vekor Grace in the main event, and Grace takes the title. But yeah,
I thought that was going to happen too.
Yeah, I think those were so everybody lost the Joe Hendry pick, and then a bunch of you. I think Tony took Tony D'Angelo. The rest of us took Stacks, and then you two guys both took Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
Yep. I said it earlier today too. I should have thought about it and realized they're going to they're going to Mexico. Of course, they're going to have her front and center on that.
I rarely don't pick Jordan Grace. I should probably start paying attention to wins and losses on her because I love her so damn much. I always pick her. And this one, like, I justified it going, well, Steph's doing a lot more main roster stuff. Maybe it's, you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's time for them to pull the trigger and move her on up.
That was my thought too, that she was going to come up. But, yeah.
So Battleground took place last night, Sunday night, same time as AEW Double or Nothing. Smaller card, 5 matches. HK, what's your overall takeaway from this NXT event? Do you watch the weekly show?
I try to as much as I can. Yeah, as much as I can. I thought that Stacks and Tony D was fucking phenomenal. Really enjoyed that match. Oba and Bourne kind of surprised me. I got more than I expected out of it, and I fucking love Oba. Sol Ruka, I think, is an absolute stud. The one thing that I did pick up on though is that everybody needs to slow down. Like everybody, and I think it's just across wrestling, and maybe it's just my taste, but that's one thing that kind of stood out to me on the card, especially in the tag team match. Like just pull it back a little bit, just pull it back, because you can do all these things doesn't mean you should do all these things. It was really prominent during the Sol Ruka match, and I think Sol Ruka's a fucking star, but same type of thing, like just pull it back a little bit. Just pull it back a little bit, remove, like, I don't know, you could probably remove 5 spots from that match and it probably would have been a better match. You know what I mean? It's just, it's cramming way too much in. Overall though, I thought it was a fantastic card. Like I enjoyed the watch. It is bothersome though when you start like the tag team match and the rules are falling apart and everybody's fucking doing so. Like that stuff is still going to drive me nuts, but probably Stacks and Tony D, likely my match of the night, man. Really enjoyed what they did, the story, what's his fucking name coming back out of the desert, like raising Arizona, like it was fucking in, you know what I mean? Like I was, they sold me there, and it was a good story. Like they have a really good story going, and they worked it very well.
Where do you guys, I'm sorry, Brenda, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, are you like me where I love NXT? I try and watch it every week. I may not catch the whole show, but I catch as much of it as I can, because it's the wrestling's always good. I love the characters on it, but I can't fucking stand Booker T. Like,
yeah,
I made a comparison. NXT is like this amazing cake you're eating, but it's frosted with fucking toothpaste.
Yeah,
and that's Booker T's commentary during the show.
It's toothpaste would be an improvement. This thing's frosted with shit. Like he is absolutely horrible, and he doesn't shut the fuck up. Oh, God, he just does not shut the fuck up, and it's rough. It's rough, and I know there are those out there that praise him, and they need to get their meds checked.
Yeah, Booker T as a wrestler, fucking all day for that. As a promos, he was the entire package. I don't watch the coaches show, but people say great things about him on there as a commentator. Just, he's like worse than Jesse on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Oh, really. I don't care for that.
Thanks, you, Diana. Yeah, we appreciate that. Let me ask you guys this, right? NXT Battleground, TNA World Heavyweight Championship is the main event. Are we kind of underselling the NXT World title here?
How so?
It's not in your WWE NXT championship is not in the main event.
Yeah, but an NXT guy is winning the TNA title, though,
right?
Too.
With Joe Hendry in the main event.
Yeah.
He's
I mean,
and go ahead,
Oh,
Brando.
go ahead. I was gonna say this is like just because I watched it recently. This is Royal Rumble. I can't remember what year. I want to say 04, where they had Brock Hardcore Holly, and the world title was not the main event of that one because it's not like a proven guy in the main event yet. But it did. I'm sure it did a lot for Miles Bourne, whether it's the main event or not.
Yeah. And I was just gonna say Hendry is I think probably the most established star on the card there. So it makes sense too. And TNA is not a developmental brand. They are they're their own brand. So I think having the TNA title in that spot made sense. I'm intrigued to see where they go with Trick winning it.
Yeah, Trick's main evented plenty of these in the past too.
Yeah. Is Trick being the TNA champions that benefit NXT more or TNA more?
I actually think NXT. I think NXT. I think TNA is quickly climbing, but that always seems to be kind of be the story with them. I said it's always climbing. Trick's a stud. Nothing wrong there, but I think it definitely benefits. Well, now that I think about it, maybe not.
It's pretty close to mutual.
Yeah, it very well could be. It very well could be.
And I think I like the direction it's going to lead to eventually too. With
you think it's Mike Santana?
I think so. After last night, I think so, and I'm all fucking for that.
I had such a fucking moon stem when I looked up and saw him on the fucking screen.
Yep.
Oh.
It feels like they've been building him and had a plan since like almost day one. And I've been thinking lately, like, how are they going to get there with him and Hendry? And now this happens. Like, oh, okay. This could be it.
He looks like he 100% should be there. He should. Yes. I mean, he looks the part. He can talk. He can go in the ring. The guy's a fucking stud and a hell of a nice man as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
300% Asian Joe. I think it's just further buried TNA in this WWE TNA working relationship by having a WWE guy win the TNA title before a TNA guy won a WWE title.
Now, I would put a comparison to this. Do you remember, were you watching New Japan when they had the thing with Noah?
Yes.
Yeah, so when all the New Japan guys go in there and win all the Noah titles, it's kind of, as long as it doesn't get to that, where it's like, oh, okay, here comes Miles Bourne winning the X Division title and all these other guys winning, that's fine. If it's just one...
Right, and
it's not going to kill it.
I can understand Joe's perspective here, but also if Trick Williams is going to be on TNA, you're going to get a lot of eyes who watch NXT Battleground who don't watch TNA. Maybe they go that way. And Joe Hendry's Teflon right now. He lost to Randy Orton at Mania. He came out after it. He was fucking super positive about the whole experience. Obviously, we know Joe Hendry's going to end up in WWE when. I mean, I guess TNA is part of WWE now, right?
In a certain sense, it seems like it.
Their title is now on the CW. So
that's that. Yep.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of people, including myself, don't have access to TV. So the TNA title will be on, broadcast TV.
That was the next point I was going to make as well, Brennan, is that TNA is now, their title is now on network television. So very, very well TNA comes out shining in this situation because I don't have access to network TV or not network TV. I don't have access to access. It's still on Access TV.
Yep. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So for a lot of people, this is going to be their exposure to TNA, or could be their exposure, a bigger exposure. So good for them too. Good for them.
And also, TNA does the monthly specials, right? They don't do monthly pay-per-views anymore. So this past week was Friday night was Under Siege, right? So this could just be another Trick Williams is going to defend the title against Joe Hendry at whatever. I know Slammiversary is July in Long Island, and I'm going to wait till the last minute. If I'm not working that Sunday night, I might buy a ticket and go out there for Slammiversary at the UB Arena. Especially if you tell me the main event's going to be Santana, Joe Hendry.
Oh my God.
Event where Joe Hendry gets the title back from Trick. I'm fucking there. I got to be there for Santana. So I get it. and it's only going to put more eyes on TNA.
Yep.
And Trick gets lost in the shuffle in NXT, right? Oba's the guy.
Yes, he is.
Right. So Trick can carry the TNA banner for a month, And if it means we're gonna get, if the trade is Trick goes to TNA and Mike Santana's on NXT, done.
Yeah,
he's on this week.
Done. Yeah,
and
it's
even still, like Trick's already been NXT champion. This gives him another thing to do without getting brought up and kind of lost in the shuffle in WWE.
Yeah, and the shuffle is going to become more busy because now we're adding the AAA aspect to it. They already announced Chad Gable versus El Hijo del Vikingo for the AAA Worlds Collide show, which is 2 weeks away. It's June 7th, and it's going to air live on YouTube. So we already have El Hijo del Vikingo, who was at Battleground.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, he was at Saturday Night's Main Event. Excuse me.
Was he?
Yeah, they showed him in the crowd there.
That's where they
put in Chad Gable as the match. And then you have Legado del Fantasma against Dr. Wagner Jr., Psycho Clown, and Pagano. Those have already been announced. And they teased Chica and
Dalius. Or Dahlia.
They came out of Ava's office at Battleground. So now we're going to start mixing in this AAA talent. And Worlds Collide is going to include NXT talent as well. And you would assume TNA, since they're all working together.
Yeah. It'd be wild.
We
are we picking that?
That might be a conversation off the air because it's
a WWE.
It is.
But a PLE though?
PLE because it's on YouTube.
It might fall into like that Saturday night main event. Like we don't have to pick it.
Yeah.
It's also the same night as Money in the Bank.
That's right. Yeah.
And we got mad people qualifying for that. But before we talk about that, I mean, we signed off last week, and then this horrific Zoe Stark.
Yeah, it's awful.
I can't watch it.
I won't watch it. Yeah, I was watching live. So thankfully, I didn't see how she landed, but I heard her scream as soon as she landed. That was enough for me.
I've watched it many times because it looks like a fucking magic trick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like just the way it's the wrong way all of a sudden. And I don't know exactly what she was going for when she, when it happened. It was pretty gnarly.
Michael Cole, I think he called it a drop kick because he called the move. I think he called it a drop kick, but it wasn't a drop kick.
No, and maybe even there, like
slipped off the rope or something like that.
She was going for a basement drop kick. Even there, it looked fucking off. Something was not right there.
Yeah, not good, and you hate to see that happen. So, I just wanted to bring that up. Best wishes to Zoe in your recovery.
100%.
But now we got some Money in the Bank qualifiers. Right? We already got Rhea and Roxanne. They're in for the women's. And then what's on the men's side so far?
Jacob, I think.
Solo LA Knight, right?
Solo, yeah.
Solo LA Knight for the men's right now.
Carmelo, or no. This week is Jacob, Carmelo, and Andrade for a qualifying match.
Right, and then the women's Bliss and Julia also qualified on SmackDown. Is this Karrion Kross's Money in the Bank to win?
Sure as shit hope so. Guy caught fire. The problem is that if he does win it, what's the next step? You know what I mean? Like where does it go? Because he clearly has everything that he needs. He's caught fire. The fans are behind him. He's doing great. But the main event picture, that's the only thing I don't like right now about the Money in the Bank concept, is that the main event picture is flooded. Right? There's a ton of talent, and where before that Money in the Bank kind of seemed like the catapult for you to get to the main event picture. With the main event picture being so fucking crowded, what do you do if he does get it? That's my concern.
Perhaps LA Knight then, because he's kind of already he's like right there in that picture. It feels like he's half a step away, and maybe that's the catapult to put him there. Just another guy.
They waited too long.
You think so?
I think so.
I mean, he still gets a great reaction. Maybe this kind of puts him over the top on it.
Yeah, no, I'm with HK. I feel like that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Last year was probably the year for that. And my other concern with the Karrion Kross thing is like when talent gets over organically, like WWE does not do a good job of capturing that lightning in a bottle, right? We saw that with Dolph for a long time, and then happenstance he got over and then he got hurt. Fandango, the whole Fandango phenomenon, like that ended up like a fart in church. Like even when Aleister Black was there and before he jumped to AEW, like, and he had the entrance and people were going fucking crazy for it, like nothing. And now like Karrion Kross is organically getting himself over. He's selling a ton of shirts. He's the talk of the internet darlings. Like to HK's point, like the main event scene is so clogged. Like, do you pull the trigger? And like that means you're either gonna jam him in there, which means we're putting like 5 pounds of shit in a 10-pound bag, or somebody's got to drop out. Like Logan Paul, you can get rid of him, right? He can fuck rocks. Rumors are SummerSlam might be Jey Uso, Sami Zayn. Like,
you can pull Jay out of the picture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd have no problem with pulling Jay out of the picture.
Yeah, I don't know, man. As I like to say,
he still gets a hell of a reaction though, too.
Yeah,
it's not like the fans are booing him out of the building or anything. So
he's
you
got
can't
a great
blame him for keep going. Yeah, he's got a great entry. He sells a lot of merchandise for them. So it's not like somebody they're shoving down his people's throats that they're rejecting. Maybe you go with that for a little bit longer and make some more money out of it.
And then
I'm not saying he holds it till Mania, but
right?
Yeah.
And then what else we got in the WWE universe? They brought back the Wyatt Six for Bray's birthday. You think that's a one-off, or are we getting them back?
I think they're back.
Yeah, the fact that they did it in the main event, ruining a main event tag match, they're there just to increase that already flooded SmackDown tag team division.
I feel like that was sarcasm there, Brendo.
No, that was serious. It's
that flooded tag team division.
I was trying to figure out what the word to say, and flooded just came to it. But yeah, there's a lot of talent in that SmackDown division. I mean, if anything, it was a shot at Raw, which is New Day, Viking Raiders, and Nothing Burgers.
As an American Alpha, what do they call it? American
When was the last time they won a fucking match? Anyway,
I'm just asking, Brando. Jeez.
What about Otis and Tozawa?
Tozawa Rusev on Raw. It might already happen tonight. And then I guess the last thing in the WWE universe, they kind of reneged on WrestleMania in New Orleans.
All of a sudden, a lot of these indie guys are probably like, I hope I didn't book that event or that place yet. Get a deposit back. Just think how many other shows are around WrestleMania these times.
Yeah, they kind of did an old whoopsie gotcha. Scott George in the chat. Tozawa Rusev coming up next. Thanks, Scott. Apron Bump in the chat. I'd love to see LA Knight win and cash in on Jay. A heel run could be a good refresh. And Scott George, Penta just qualified. Man, that men's ladder match is stacking up.
Stacked.
The women's one is looking great too. Alexa, Rhea, Roxanne, Julia. You're going to put Solo, LA Knight, Penta. Jacob's definitely going to get in there because we got to play Jacob versus Solo.
Yeah.
Old JC running around over there. No, not Jesus Christ. Jeff Cobb.
I mean, they could fuck Fatu out of that one. It's very possible that something happens during that match, like JC Mateo comes down and they go that route. Carmelo Hayes gets in it instead, or somebody like that.
And then Hikuleo shows up, and then business really picks up.
Hikuleo, lay it on me.
I'm telling you, the next homework I'm assigning is going to be a Hikuleo match, and then I want to see you come back here and fucking jump on the Hikuleo train, okay?
Hikuleo Jay White. Yeah, sign it.
No. We're going like deep. We're going not against the great worker like Jay White, all right? We're going to find somebody else.
Yano.
Yeah, maybe.
There's got to be a G1 match out there.
Oh, 100%. Let's see. Let me go to the cage match here. Hikuleo.
Probably fought Bad Luck Fale at one
Oh,
point.
that's a gem right there.
How does Cobb show up and kaboom, he's there, and Hikuleo's still just hanging out?
Because Hikuleo is not great. Sorry.
It's gonna change the world.
Yeah, change the world. I'll hit you with 15 minutes of Evil versus Hikuleo. Enjoy that.
It's not his fault.
Take your own life after watching that.
It's pretty evil, man.
Jeez. Some real early Hikuleo. Woof. In addition to NXT Battleground last night, there was AEW Double or Nothing. And I ordered the pay-per-view. I did miss the first two matches because I was out late working. To my surprise, by the time I got home, took a shower and sat down, I only missed two matches and it was 9 o'clock. So gives you an idea of what I was in for. I think there was another pre-show match that they just kind of announced during the pre-show. So there were 11 matches total, 9 on the main. And the first two matches were like 22 and 25 minutes.
Yeah. That tag match, did it really have to go 25 minutes? I didn't watch it. I didn't watch any of this.
Okay.
I was busy, yesterday. I didn't.
Standing,
hell yeah.
Standing at Metallica.
Sit down.
Sitting. But I just look at something like that. I'm like, this probably went till 12:30 at night. Did this match really have to go?
Went exactly to 12:30, Bruno.
It's like I've watched these pay-per-views before.
And look, not without saying, like the wrestling was great. The wrestling was great, but like Anarchy in the Arena was like 35 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
But they did. There was a lot of, now I could only think of Handsome Kevin and Tony when they did this, because I was like, these guys would fucking hate this. So obviously you have the introductions. You have Kenny Omega's team come out, and Samoa Joe is not there. We don't know where Samoa Joe is. The Death Riders come out. They come through the crowd. Then they do the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks come out because Double or Nothing is the 6-year anniversary of AEW. They come out dressed as the founding fathers. Justin Roberts Reed 7 years ago. And Excalibur's like these idiots. That would be 86 years ago, but whatever. So like during like the first like 3 minutes of the match, that fucking like or like that fucking is playing, right? That fucking like oldie time Washington, right? So finally, like Kenny Omega grabs a microphone and he's like, cut the music, put something else on. Then it's the point.
Put something else.
Yes, I swear to God.
Like, can we play some fucking 80s new wave?
Nope, we got something way better.
It's the Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited. Right? So then that plays for like, almost the duration of the whole song. And then finally Kenny Omega's like, he grabs the microphone again. He's like, cut them. Like, this isn't working. Right? This isn't working.
Wait, this is happening during the match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Right? So then he grabs the microphone. He's like, this isn't working. And then they play Drowning Pool's Bodies. Right?
An HK favorite.
Right. You shake your head, right? But from like so I was watching this and I was like, okay, but then like from my perspective, like this is the Anarchy in the Arena. It's all over the fucking place. You can't follow everybody, right? But you play this fucking song, everyone's going fucking nuts. They're singing the chorus. Like, I get why they did it. It played through three times.
Fuck me.
Don't knock it until you watch it, handsome Kevin. Don't. And then we get in the ring, and it's fun, dude. It was fucking action packed. They did some fucking crazy spots, you know, and it all kind of tied in. You know, Hook came out and used the golf club on one of the Death Riders, but wouldn't acknowledge Joe because there's some heat there with Joe because Joe maybe put Powerhouse Hobbs in the ops why Hook was hurt. So like, there's a story there. The good guys won. You know, they went to the extreme. Kenny Omega and Swerve worked as a tag team, so I think you're going to get Swerve and Omega against the Young Bucks at All In July. But it went on for fucking ever.
So you don't do Omega Okada at All In? Because
Oh,
it felt like they
do.
did. Yeah, it felt like they started shit for that recently.
Yeah, that's maybe you do Omega Okada at All In, and you maybe the tag match is a Dynamite thing.
It's possible. Yeah.
I don't know. It was Anarchy in the Arena. It was long. It was fun. It was fun.
I mean,
Rick,
yeah, 10-person match should be something like that. I could see being 35 minutes because there's so much going on in that match.
And I think they did a lot of I get why Handsome Kevin rolls his eyes bodies, the mute, I get it, but it was also it engaged the crowd. The crowd was super and it changed the way you were watching the match, right? Anarchy in the Arena, they're all over the fucking place on your TV screen. There's 4 different shots. The commentating can't follow it, but now every shot they go to in the arena, the crowd is going fucking nuts, singing bodies. It really helped.
So they went nuts for the song.
But it helped with what.
So they went nuts for the song.
Yes,
they were
but it
excited
helped.
for the song. Everybody was singing the song.
But visually, it helped when you're watching because people are going crazy while people are fighting behind them.
It's
They love the song.
maybe people can't see everything, so it's not like you're going to the crowd and seeing a bunch of people on their phones.
So let's have a fucking sing along.
Hey, I'm
Jesus
there for a
Christ.
fucking sing along, buddy.
Brody?
Let's
let's have a sing along, Brody.
Hell yeah. Let's do
defend
it.
this.
Are they going to start doing this on fucking Wednesday and goddamn Thursday or whenever else they play goddamn Collision because it's preempted?
I don't know. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, just fire it up. Hey guys, crowd seeming a little bit down. Can we fire up some Twisted Sister?
Scott George, they missed on New Jack's theme. I really thought they were going to play fucking New Jack's theme. There's no shot they play
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers. No shot. With the N-word in there, forget about it.
Jeez, yeah.
Fucking Ricochet, Mark Briscoe. Oh, and Mark Briscoe comes out in the middle of Anarchy in the Arena because Gabe Kidd shows up. Bro, if you saw what Mark Briscoe looked like after the Ricochet match, he put the Muda scale to shame. Homeboy was gushing blood, right? Now, look, you've just had this, and I enjoyed the Mark Briscoe Ricochet match. You've had this war with Ricochet. You're fucking bleeding like a stuck pig. You go in the back. In the middle of the match, he's wiping his face off with his t-shirt. I'm sure all this poor guy wants to do is fucking clean himself up. No, he doesn't, because he comes out in the middle of this Anarchy in the Arena to even the score with fucking dried, crusty blood all over himself.
Drowning Pool was playing. How could he fucking stop himself? Everybody was singing. He wants to sing too.
Drowning Pool was off by this point.
Oh, by that time they ended the single.
We only got 3. It was a fucking 35-minute match. They could only fit Drowning Pool in 3 times. They did a super creative spot where they padlocked Willow to the ring post through her gauge in her ear. I thought that was pretty smart.
I like that. I like that.
Smart. Prince Nana brought Swerve out on a forklift to do
Is he Judy Bagwell?
Yes, thank you, Brendan.
He wishes. He wishes.
Yeah, he wants to shave Buff Bagwell's gooch there.
Does he ever? I'll tell you what match I didn't like. The Hurt Syndicate and the Sons of Texas. Right? So now MJF is there, right? We get it. MVP's on fucking commentary. MJF is ringside. right? And throughout the whole match, like the Sons of Texas are getting the better of the Hurt Syndicate. And throughout the match, Max is like, use the ring. Like he gets up on the apron. He's telling Sheldon, use the ring. Let's just end this. It's been going on for too long. Bobby's like, no, we don't do it that way. So we get to a point in the match where they're outside the ring and Max is going to clock one of the Sons of Texas with the ring. And Bobby like stops him. And he's like, we don't do it that way. And then they like laugh and hug like they got one over on us. And I was like, wait, what? And they still didn't use the fucking ring.
But then he spears him through the ring side.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm like, well, what? I don't understand what we're doing here.
Yeah. This whole storyline has confused me since day one.
They're the AEW World Tag Team Champions, but we're using every one of their title defenses on pay-per-view to tell the MJF story. Like, isn't that what TV's for?
Why the fuck are the Sons of Texas working on top? Who the fuck are the Sons of Texas to be working on top?
It's Dustin.
The ROH Tag Team Champions who lost. I'm surprised he didn't lead with that.
Yeah, fuck that. They have fucking Ring of Honor titles. Don't mean shit. Okada Mike Bailey was sick. You got, Okada showed up to work. You didn't get disengaged Okada, so that was nice. It's very much aggravates me as somebody who watched New Japan. Like, I got in because of the Okada Tanahashi descent, or takeoff. Descent is when you, right? Yeah, takeoff.
Ascent.
Descent.
Yeah.
Dub airs.
So I'm thinking about something with Okada, how you're mentioning, like, oh, he shows up to work once in a while. Like, most of his run at New Japan was like big match, 6-mans and tag matches for a month and a half, then big match. So that's kind of what we're getting from him these days, isn't it?
I don't know. Like, he's
I love Okada. I just feel like that's what it is.
But in New Japan, he was like the guy, right? Here, he's just another dude.
Yeah. That's.
I know what you're laughing at, HK. Bring it up.
All right. Scott George says the funniest spot was when one of the dumb bucks stapled Hobbs in the chest, and Shivani said Hobbs got shot, and this dumb shit thinks he's gonna one staple's gonna stop him.
Yeah, there was a lot of staple gun play. Swerve got his tongue stapled.
Why? Fucking why?
Because when Marina Shafir sticks her fingers in your mouth, you let her do whatever she wants to you.
No, you fucking
That's
don't.
fair. Yeah.
No.
You gonna tell her to stop? I'm not.
Yeah. You don't know what she's gonna do. Is she gonna
rip your jaw?
Stick her whole fist in your mouth? Is she warming you up for something? Or is she gonna staple your tongue?
Yeah, I don't want either of those things to happen.
You don't think you are against a Marina Shafir hand in the mouth?
Stapling or putting her entire fist in my mouth? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go against that.
It's like a choose your adventure book, HK. She opens her mouth.
Okay.
Sticks her hand in. Which way is it going? Is she trying to make you possibly throw up on her because that turns her on? Or is she going to staple your tongue?
Whose fucking adventure is this to choose? Because it doesn't sound like it's a choose your own. It's not my adventure I'm choosing here.
Well,
it's
the book.
Adventure.
Choose an adventure.
Yeah, choose a adventure.
Yeah, pick a poison.
Yeah, golly. No, thank you.
Tony Storm Mina was great. Told a great story. Mina worked Tony's leg. It was something that happened on Dynamite. She worked it again. Good stuff. Fine match. I enjoyed that. The Paragon, that's what they're called now. And the Don Callis family, they drew like, I can't just pick it. I don't understand. What is a Paragon? Let's Google.
Look it up.
What?
It was an award at CBS they gave to the best district manager or best manager. I remember. I never won it, so I don't know what it was.
A person or thing regarded as a perfect example of a particular quality. I don't know. I liked when they were the whatever the fuck they were before this.
Undisputed Kingdom.
There we go. I'll take it. You could have just gone to UE. Just call them UE. I don't know. Does WWE own that? They got like this shit spot. They were between the Anarchy in the Arena and the main event. They did a fine job. Super duper
they should
talented.
have done. Maybe they should have played some Garth Brooks over the loudspeakers.
Which song?
Texas, right? Really get. I don't know. I don't fucking know Garth Brooks.
They were in Arizona. I don't know. Arizona, buddy.
Oh, they were in Arizona. My bad.
Yep, Cowboys in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we all got fucking Adam Page wrong. He fucking beat Will Ospreay in a fucking wild match.
Did it live up to the expectation?
Oh my god, it was I loved it. I loved it. I see that they're telling they're going back to the Adam Page redemption story. So I think that's him and Moxley, and maybe he beats Moxley, and then like he is like, what?
Please let him beat Moxley, because I don't want him. Because I think it was Kate on Twitter said like she mentioned she doesn't want this to be another story where it's a holdover for when Darby gets back to win the belt.
Right. And I was for sure thinking like they made such a big deal about Darby climbing Mount Everest like last week. Like I was waiting for him to show up at Anarchy in the Arena.
Mm-hmm.
But like if the story is redemption for Hangman, and they kind of like at the end of the match after Hangman won, he went up the ramp, he came back, he shook Will Ospreay's hand, which he did not do when he beat Swerve, but he kind of contemplated it. So now like we're seeing him progress there. He used he attempted the best moonsault ever. He kind of fucked that up. And he did the double underhook, Fallen Angels, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of was like, they put over that he was paying homage to Christopher Daniels, the guy who he fucking retired. And they put over like Ospreay said he would like watch his back in this fight against the Death Rider. So like, if you're going to tell me Page beats Mox at All In and then Ospreay Page again down the road, like I'm okay with that. If fucking Moxley beats Adam Page at All In, like what the fuck's the point?
Nope.
Like this Death Rider thing is just, it's worn me down. I haven't seen the AEW World Championship since he fucking won it. They put it in a stupid briefcase.
Yeah. That's why I thought it was such a slam dunk that Ospreay was going to win it. Like, especially all the media that Ospreay's been doing. Like, I felt like he was going to be the guy. So I did not expect to swerve with Adam Page.
It's yeah. And I'm not, again, the match was awesome. I thought it was the best match of the night. Mercedes delivered again. Her and Hayter had a great match. Her and Tony Storm now at All In. This goes back to my problem though. And it all revolves around the Ring of Honor Women's title. What was the point of fucking beating Athena?
Yep.
What was the point? And Mercedes Moné can say whatever she wants on fucking social media. She can say whatever she wants at these dumb fucking press conferences. If you're dumb enough to stay up and watch these fucking press conferences, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. It was 12:30. I could keep my fucking eyes open. I don't give a shit what any of these fucking people have to say after this nonsense. She can say whatever Athena's great. She knows where I am. Like, come on, man. You beat the fucking Ring of Honor Women's Champion who hadn't lost in almost 2 years for what? Yeah, I would too, Apron Bump. I'd love for Athena to take the TBS title off of her before All In. We're not going to have Mercedes Moné lose before her biggest match of her career, are we?
Not a chance.
She can go away.
Right? So she's going to beat Tony Storm. They're going to Ultimate Warrior it. She's going to have 2 belts. She can Tony Khan loves the tournament. We're getting another tournament for a number one for the international because they're doing. Oh, HK, are you pumped up for this? What are they doing? A 4-hour Dynamite?
What?
In July?
What? You're out of your fucking mind.
Is that Fyter Fest, right?
A Fyter Fest, I think. Yeah.
Wait a second. Is it a 1-night tournament?
No, it's over 3 shows.
But the show is going to be Dynamite Collision back to back, so 4 hours.
All on live.
June 4th. Less than 2 weeks.
Fuck off.
That's kind of what we did. Remember the what was it? where they take one of the ones at Arthur Ashe. It was Dynamite
Grand
Collision
Slam.
back to back. Yeah, Grand Slam.
They taped it back to back, but did they air it back to back?
No, they didn't.
No, this is a 4. You're getting a 4
this is aired.
block. Oh
Nope.
yeah, because I think the NBA finals are this week. They're
They're
they
still
don't
going
get.
through the conference. Probably.
No, I mean June 4th. I think they have NBA games Thursday.
Yeah, usually about the time when the NHL playoffs are hitting the finals too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Both are in the conference finals right now, or like about halfway through, probably.
So Kenny Omega has a bye. Handsome Kevin. He's already in the 4-way.
Why does he have a bye?
Because he's
the champion. This is to get the people into the match. So it's not even like a bye. It's a tournament to get people. I feel like an idiot explaining this, but
that's okay.
Well, don't worry. It's the concept. It's not you.
Yeah, thank you. It's a tournament to get people
tournament?
into the match with it.
Okay,
So
what's
he's
the
not
tournament?
in the tournament?
What's the tournament? He's okay. He gets a bye. He's not in the tournament. What the fuck's the tournament for?
It's a 4-way match for the AEW International Championship.
To get into the match. That's what the tournament's for. It's
So
not
you're
even
gonna have
really a tournament.
4
Think about
people
it.
win the tournament to get in the match.
Oh, 3 people have to win into the match.
Oh Jesus
The
Christ!
4.
They should not call this a tournament. This is 3 number 1 contender matches.
Wikipedia says it's an international championship tournament.
I'm looking at the notes right now where it says tournament revealed, and it's.
I got an idea. I got an idea. I'll fix this. All right. Well, we're gonna have a title eliminator elimination match, right? Right. The last 4 people that survive in the match. We'll do one of those bullshit fucking casino gauntlet things. First, no, that's even better. The gauntlet gimmick, right? We're having first 4 pinfalls qualify for a bye in the tournament. And every tournament match is a title eliminator. All titles.
This sounds
Tag
like something.
teams, ladies belts, everything, right? And then you qualify for it if you hold on to all belts at the end on the line. And you know what we're going to do too? We're going to play Judas Priest during the main event, just in case we lose them. We're gonna play Judas Priest so the fans can start singing, get pumped up about fucking nothing about the song.
Can we play My Way instead?
This is such convoluted fucking bullshit.
Get angry. Let me see your
Yeah.
Fuck them.
I got to take a piss. Can I go piss?
I don't know.
Is it going to be is it an eliminator piss?
Yes.
Okay. Brendo, I mean, help me out here, man, because I know I can't be the only one that is tired of fucking eliminators.
By the way, did you see what he did with his chair?
You turned it around, yeah. So
he's covering it, yeah.
Yeah, I get it, because he leaves the door open because he's a goddamn heathen. He's a fucking monster. Yeah, you know what he's probably doing too. He's probably washing some towels in the toilet while he's pissing. But like, help me understand this because it can't be just me. Like, it's just completely convoluted, overproduced bullshit, is it not?
This match or this tournament, absolutely. The more I read about it, the more it is 100%.
Okay.
We're gonna have 3 matches. The 3 winners go into this 4-way. Boom, done. That's all you got to say. You can't call it a tournament because these guys aren't facing each other afterwards.
Right.
That's in that case, every one-on-one match is a tournament.
Well, yeah, exactly, man. It's so disappointing, right? Was it Jeff Jarrett? You confuse them, you lose them. Like, they've been doing this shit for a long time. Go back to the fucking what's that round robin bullshit they do every year?
Oh, the Continental Classic.
There you go. And then you got the Owen tournament, and then you got this. And it's just it's too fucking much, man. It's just too fucking much.
You're still on the tournament thing.
I'm fucking tired of it.
All
Love
right.
this. Al Day, HK Brundo, and John Cena hosting.
Sorry, Al. I drank a lot of liquids this evening. I had to go drain the vein. So yeah, I mean, overall though, Double or Nothing, I really enjoyed it, man. I thought they did a solid job. I'll tune in to Dynamite Wednesday night. You know, the wrestling is never an issue for me. It's some of the storytelling that, you know, could use some work.
I'm glad I didn't order it. This is the one every year that I used to order, like every year, because Monday I'm off. So it you know what I mean? I can stay up. It makes sense for me. And I was talking to Tony, and he was like, man, why don't you just watch COVID Mania? I went, you know what?
I mean, you watch Battleground instead.
Oh, yeah, I watch Battleground. It's fantastic.
Also, like, that's like talking to yourself in the mirror. You and Tony are like the same fucking person.
We're not the same person. We don't hate everything. No, I love Savio Vega.
All right, I don't know his feelings on Savio Vega.
I love Bob Backlund.
I don't know what he, maybe like he probably really appreciates 70s and 80s Bob Backlund, maybe a little bit of the 90s too.
Yeah, see, it's just fine. We're not the same person.
Like, if he was here right now, he'd probably be like, oh, but did you see the fucking press conference and what Tony Storm said? No, I didn't. But that's her fucking gimmick. She says fucking outlandish shit.
Yeah.
But he like wants to hang his hat on that. And I feel like you would kind of be like, yeah, you know what, bro? We're going to fucking.
Well, yeah, we're bros, but he doesn't wear a hat. There's a big difference.
You think he should, though?
No. He's a good looking man. He'll be just fine.
All right.
No,
shiny head.
Yeah, it is getting shinier, but
getting real shiny.
Nothing wrong with shiny head.
I hear it. I can hear
it. She can hear his head.
You guys, are you making fun of me?
Never would. Not even once, Diana.
How does Diana feel about Tony Storm at the press conference?
No, some girl talking and talking. Sometimes I watch them with their blubber and their whatever they got here.
Wow, Diana.
What a treat.
Blubber. Jeez Louise. I guess we will. Let's try not to end this on a sour note, but like we should probably talk a little dark side of the ring. And if you know, HK's been crushing it with the banners. He's doing emojis. I don't know how he got emojis in the banner, but they look fucking fantastic. So props to HK. Props to HK. Brundo crushing it with the guest slate. Tony with the production. Oh, love it. I hope you love the new layout. And if you're not watching us, you can watch us on Spotify and YouTube. And if you're watching us live, you should be doing it on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Twitch. Dark side of the ring, though, we did Daphne, and I think we all knew it was going to be super sad and super depressing. Man, right in the feels, though. What a fucking awful, awful situation.
It was, it was depressing. It was not so, and I'll preface it by saying I did not like her character in WCW. Did not care for her character in WCW. Never did. Her post WCW, I kind of started to enjoy a little bit more. I had the privilege of getting to meet her at a show here in Minnesota. She had a match with another female talent named Ann Brookside. It was one of those matches that like you remember almost everything because it was so much fun to watch. They had such a phenomenal match. At one point she was on the steps and she did the fucking Temple of Doom to Ann Brookside and went to grab her heart and started yelling Kali Ma. It was so much fun. But the thing that like, and you can still throw this out there on Twitter, and there's still people that will be like, I was there that night. I was lucky enough to be one of those people that was there that night. It was at First Avenue, which is obviously an infamous club in Minnesota, the house that Prince built. And in the upstairs men's room, they have those long fucking troughs, the piss troughs.
Mm-hmm.
Up they went, head dunked right in the piss trough in the match. It was so far out, but like I like I said, I was able to meet her. She's sweet. Like, I mean, like very, very kind. It seemed like, very, very kind-hearted person. So obviously there was definitely an imbalance there, and you felt bad, right? Knowing what she was when she was awesome and kind and sweethearted, and then knowing that, when that imbalance kicks in, what that ends up turning it into, and how she had to fight through the different medications she was taking and all those things. And it's sad for her friends, you know what I mean? Having to be around that. It's just, it was an unfortunate situation all the way around. And even, I was watching when it happened live, just going, golly, why why aren't people there? Like, why aren't people fucking kicking the door in? Why isn't this getting taken care of? So it was sad all the way around.
Yeah, and I think you know, to your story, Kevin, I think they get across just how kind she was. They tell a story, you know, and Mick Foley is part of the panel. And he says, "Oh, I saw this Forensic Files, and I Googled this girl, and the first thing that comes up is Daphne versus her." And you know, Daphne gave her wrestling match because she cared so much for other individuals. And you know, like when she's with her polar issues, like at a time when people weren't so aware of mental health, you know, it was, and that's crazy to say because that was only like 10 years ago, but that's like a lifetime ago.
Right.
Yeah, super touching, you know, and a friend of the Wizards, you know, Crowbar was on, and he spent a lot of time with Daphne, and we were lucky enough at our first WrestleCon when we first started, you know, Crowbar, he knows Tony, so he just happened to stop by the table, and as they were in front of us, Daphne walked by, and her and Chris shared a moment, Crowbar, and it was great just to get to see them kind of reconnect. And Crowbar's wife was there, and they, you know, it was beautiful. And man, what a fucking just sad episode.
Yeah, I think one of the things they really got across was trying to help people who unfortunately have these problems, and how much, you know, when somebody unfortunately takes their life, how much it really hurts the people around them. A lot of people, you know, you see it just all over how much this affect Daphne taking her own life really affected them. So I think they did a really good job, because yeah, it really, whatever that happens to somebody, it really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So if just one person watches this and realizes that's not the way to go, like this episode will, you know, and what she was trying to do with her CTE brain and bring awareness and all that, this episode was a success.
Yeah, it's worth
it's weird to call it that, but you know.
Yeah, no, if it helps one person, it's worth its weight in gold. And you know,
tells one person on bipolar medicine, be steady with your medicine, because you know, I have family that was bipolar, and when they're on their medicine, it's, you know, it's mostly smooth sailing, but when they're imbalanced and not, it's scary stuff. So yeah,
my heart goes out to every single person on that panel. That, you know, Caleb Conley, like, heartbreaking.
Oh God,
like,
yeah.
And, you know, the strength it takes for him to sit there and tell these stories, and like, you know, it was emotional. It was a hard watch, man. And
yeah,
you know, you knew it going in, but man, like, fuck, you know, you wish it was different. So you know, but it's the dark side of the ring. Like,
yeah,
you know, but I feel like, you know, to Brendo's point, like, it's a story that, you know, if you can put it out there and it helps other people, like, it's okay to ask for help and you're not alone, like, then I think it's worth its weight in gold. It
makes people think, like, oh my God, I watched this. Who are the people in my life that this is going to affect? You know, that really would help.
So I think next week is the season finale, or tomorrow night is.
Yes, Hassan and Hassan.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one, because that's
something.
He's a fucking interesting dude, and I don't think he's done a lot of, like, I think he's like a principal in like Long Island or something.
That's
like,
exactly what he is. Yeah,
he hasn't done a lot of like telling his story. So, you know, I think it's going to be a really, really interesting thing. So I'm excited to check that out.
Yeah.
And hopefully you are excited to check out more Shining Wizard stuff. I know we've been getting a lot of new followers on Twitter and social media, and SJ and her crew. If you're not following the Shining Wizard Street team at Wizards Street, I should fucking write this down.
We should add it to one of the banners.
Yes, that was shitty of me to not to have this ready, but I literally
you're a busy dude.
Tonight, yes. What do we got? Wizard Street. I was right. At Wizard Street is the Twitter handle, and SJ has put together a group of lovely folks who will be going to wrestling shows and handing out Shining Wizards merchandise for free. She just got the lanyard. She was at a show on Friday night. The lanyards were great. She handed a ton of them out. She's going to get wristbands, like the little wrist gimmicks. And she's getting pins. We sent her pins. Her and her crew are going to be handing out all these things. So if you follow at Wizards Street Team on Twitter, the ladies will be posting what shows they'll be at, and you just, go up, say hello, and they'll give you fucking free shit. We're getting koozies made. We're getting more stickers. We're getting more pens. We're getting more bottle openers. And at some point SJ will have all that stuff, and her squad will be handing them out. We got a new t-shirt in the works at prowrestlingtees.com/Shining Wizards. Tony just sent the proof in yesterday, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And we got a huge week next week. Shane Mercer joins the show.
The Iron Demon.
Yeah, from GCW, and we've added the Juice Box, Juice Springsteen, to the rotation of segments. So it'll be won't be taken off till July. But it'll be what? What are you laughing at?
What do you got to say down there?
Is that when WCW is going to reboot?
This motherfucker, the WCW. This guy. Don't hate on the Juice Springsteen.
I'm not hating.
You're just having fun.
Just having fun.
We're just having fun. That's what we do here at the Shining Wizard Wrestling Podcast. Or socials have been scrolling across the bottom. Please subscribe on YouTube and very close to 100 subscribers on YouTube. So when we reach that, that's like a milestone for us. So we can London Bridge and high five each other in August.
Oh, can we Golden Gate Bridge?
I don't know what the Golden Gate Bridge is.
That's fine. Bro stuff.
Is it
I know where it is.
Yeah, me too.
I'll show you fellas where it is.
I think Tony's back next week, so we'll have that going on.
Woo!
He'll bring whatever
a better intro.
Lifeless. I don't, Brenda. I think if Tony had, because we weren't laughing at you, we were laughing at the fact that Tony hadn't figured out the screen thing, and he was here, and you could see him like.
Well, I mean, I was laughing at Double or New thing, but
that's very fair.
Like towards the end, like the intro was hard. Like maybe next week, HK, you try the intro.
Maybe I do.
Let's mix it up.
I've done the intro.
I know. Let's mix it up though. You've done the intro with
we've all done the outro. We've all now done the intro. So well-rounded wizards, bros.
Bros indeed. All right, let's fucking do this fucking thing. Let's pull this train into the station.
This has been a production of the Shining Wizards Network. For everything Shining Wizards, visit shiningwizards.com. And don't forget to listen to all the great shows of the Shining Wizards Network.
We would like to thank those that support us over at our Patreon, patreon.com/wizardpodcast. Any concert, Kate Hensler, Mac, High Five Tom, Ryan Schlong, Al Day, William Mercier Jr., Kathy Hummer, Michael Hammond, Keith Parker, Scott George, Jesse Noel, Emily Brock, and I, Doug Biscuits.
That one lady that was on one time, she was boring. Oh, I got a good shape. I'm in good shape. But you can see me. You can see me. Why are they laughing? They're playing my old one? No. What is that? You can't see nothing. I hear it. I can hear it. I know, poor handsome Kevin. They were busting on him.